Hey, hi guys. Hi everyone. Good evening. Hi, how are you all? Good. I'm also good, yeah. Perfect. No sound? Okay, Ajay. I think some issues on your part. I'm assuming everyone can hear me fine. Sir, how to check the reply for my question on Discord? You will get the reply on Discord only, Nirikshan. Yep. Okay, guys. So perfect. Uh, Team, can you share Discord link again? Some people are still trying to join the Discord group but haven't joined in yet. Yeah. So Rudransh from my team has just posted the link also, right? So you would be able to just give me 1 second, yeah. Hello. Yep. Okay. So perfect, guys. So every day, like I said, that we are going to have live classes, right? So from 8 to 9 today, essentially every day we'll have live doubt sessions from 8 to 9 p.m. And from 9 to 11 p.m. we are going to have lecture sessions with Tushar, right? So today also we will follow the same format. Since yesterday Tushar had just started off, right, teaching, I'm assuming you wouldn't have a lot of doubts as such. So today 8 to 9, I can take any doubts you have about the program in general or anything you want to ask me, right? Happy to answer those. And from 9 o'clock onwards, Tushar will take over. So we will continue with the lecture session ahead, right? We will also introduce Abhijit today. Abhijit is going to be your doubt solving mentor who will be taking the 8 to 9 p.m. sessions every day, right? So Abhijit will be able to help you out there from tomorrow onwards in the 8 to 9 p.m. sessions to solve and discuss all the assignments which are being given to you. Okay. I hope all of you understood the format clearly now, right? So today, 8 to 9 p.m., I am going to be there and Abhijit will come in and we'll introduce Abhijit also today to discuss one assignment at least. And 9 to 11 p.m., we are going to have lecture session with Tushar. Okay, perfect. Yep, assignments will be given to you from today onwards, right? Once Tushar takes today's lecture, then you will be able to start with the first two assignments on the module, right? I will show it to you. Right. I hope you can see my screen. Yep. So here only, these are the assignments I'm talking about, right? So yesterday we had the orientation, right? So orientation recording is available here for you guys, right? Today we are going to have our class on intro to programming. So today's session has just started from 8 p.m. onwards, and it will keep on going from 9 to 11. We will have lecture session by Tushar, right? And after today's session, you guys will be well equipped to attempt these assignments, these two assignments, right? You will be able to attempt these assignments after today's class, which Tushar will take from 9 to 11 p.m. Okay. Similarly, in tomorrow's session, we will discuss these assignments which you are going to attempt today from 8 to 9 p.m. And from 9 p.m. onwards tomorrow, Tushar will cover data types and variables. Okay. I hope this is now clear. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Is this clear? I hope it is clear. Every day we have to attend classes live. Once we attend the live classes, then we have to go and solve the assignment for that day. Next day's doubt session from 8 to 9, those assignments will be discussed. Understood? Okay, perfect. Perfect. My goal was to just make you understand this so that you are clear on the format. Now, someone was asking, how do I use the Discord group? You can just see how well people are using the Discord group, right? I'll just show it to you. So I've just shared my Discord screen with you guys, right? So in the pre-course, you can see that in the queries channel, when people ask questions, generally there are people in our batch who will sort of reply to your doubts and help you out with those, right? In the general section also, you can go ahead and ask your doubts there as well. In the recordings channel, you can find the recordings for the sessions, right? In the session links tab, you will be able to find the link to join today's class, right? So for example, today's class is started 8 o'clock, right? So the session is here, people can join in, right? So that is how you can use Discord. And if you just ask your question anywhere in general or else anywhere in sort of queries channel, or if you have assignment related doubts, you can always ask in the assignment doubts channel, right? Someone will help you out by answering your question and sort of clear it for you, right? So feel free to use any of these three channels to ask relevant doubts for whatever you have. Okay. Okay. I hope now Discord is also clear for everyone. Nirikshan, I hope you are clear with how to use Discord now. Okay. Sir, apart from attending Acciojob pre-course, what are the extra efforts we need to put in for clearing coding test on July 6th? Abhi, I don't think anything else. If you're doing the assignments thoroughly, by thoroughly, I mean doing all of them yourself, right? You're understanding the logic behind it and the approach behind it. You're not copy pasting the assignment, right? If you're learning properly with us for the next 10 days till 6th of July, I don't think you need any extra sort of efforts as such. Even if needed, I think some more practice questions will definitely be the best thing which you can do, right? So we can share some more practice questions also on Discord around 4th or 5th of July so that you can get some more practice before 6th. And that is more than enough. Nothing extra will be needed as such. Just do everything honestly, right? Just don't cheat and expect that, okay, now I will get cleared, right? How to study programming? I don't have CS background. Ashwin, we are exactly doing that, right? We are teaching everything from scratch, right? Half the people here in the session today with us are not coming from CS background or IT background. They are all from non-tech background, right? So you have to learn, you have to attend live classes, you have to solve assignments, you have to be motivated. That is the only way you can end up learning programming, right? Sir, if I have backlog, then am I eligible to sit in interview through Acciojob? Rahul, it depends here. So if you have backlogs which you are going to clear in the next 6 months itself, then it is okay to attend the Acciojob program, right? If you're going to take 3 more years to clear all your backlogs, then it wouldn't make sense, right? Then your first focus should be on clearing those backlogs. Yeah, you will need a laptop or computer for the Acciojob program, right? Because every day you are going to be solving coding questions, right? So you will need a laptop or a PC, whatever, right? Any one of them works. So if you have a laptop or a PC, you should be good to go, right? One-to-one mentors available? Yes, absolutely, Ajit. I described it in yesterday's orientation. If there are any people here who missed yesterday's orientation, I just showed you can go to either Discord or Acciojob platform and you can watch the recording for yesterday. Okay, I have explained how we have unlimited one-on-one mentorship sessions, one-on-one mock interviews, everything, right? Sir, I'm not able to send chat in Discord. Shreya, I think you might be in the announcements channel, right? Go on the left side if you're using it on phone, on the left side, you will get a menu. In the menu bar, please go to the general channel or some other channel, right? And then type. In the announcement section, you cannot type. It is only for us to put announcements for the entire community. Okay. What is the class timing? Class timing, Jay Prakash, is from 8 to 11 p.m. 8 to 9 p.m. we are going to have doubt solving sessions where everyday assignments will be discussed. And 9 to 11 p.m. we will have lecture session. Okay. Okay, I think more or less people keep copy pasting the same question, so it becomes impossible to find questions. Yesterday's session live link was different in your website. Venkatesh, every day you will have the link to join this same Zoom session only, right? Okay. I want to only learn front-end development through Acciojob. Keshav, currently we have the entire program, right? We will cover front-end also in depth in that program. Plus our entire program is really modular, right? Like you can complete DSA module 1 and then you can probably move to front end first and then you can do front end and then do back end. Or if you want, then it is very customizable and personalized journey, right? So I would highly advise you take up the entire program. Even if you want a job in front end development, basic data structures algorithms would be required, right? So I would advise at least cover basic data structures algorithms and then learn front end, then aim for front end development jobs. And probably, I think if you have the time and bandwidth, you should learn backend also and try and become a full stack developer, right? Hello, sir. I have 2 years gap after 12th. Yeah, Kunal, not an issue. Yeah, I think 2 years of gap after 12th or after graduation, all that. Don't worry about the past background. Like I said, right? Eligibility is not a big deal. So you shouldn't be worried too much about gap years or less than 60% in 10th or 12th or anything like that. Okay. Uh, what is the average time duration student gets placed? So like I said, Datta Krishna, there is one interesting statistic that around 35% students get placed in the first 6 months of the program itself, right? If you ask me the average time, I would say the most number of people get placed by 8th month, right? Majority students are placed by the 8th month. What about communication language? Sanjay, definitely, yeah, I think, see, we all want to become programmers and software developers, right? So we need decent functional English so that we can communicate internally in a professional environment, right? We don't need to be exceptional orators, right? And in the 6 months program, we will work extensively on communication skills, right? We have group discussion sessions very regularly. We have one-on-one HR mock interviews. So all of those things slowly and steadily enable you to sort of start speaking better and communicating better, especially in interviews, because you will take so many mock interviews that you will automatically start becoming better at it. Okay. Okay, again, same question. People are copy pasting. Very difficult. I have knowledge in Python. What are to next learn? Mayank, your knowledge in Python is very basic, right? Every Python language is as good as learning English, right? It is very, very easy. What you are learning with Python, what sort of programming are you able to do? Are you able to solve questions where you can implement data structures like probably graphs and queues and stacks and all of these data structures using Python? Then that means you have learned some amount of data structures algorithms using it, right? So language is nothing I don't think language really matters as such. You can learn Python, you can always learn Java, you can learn C++. So yeah. Who would be trainer for whole program? It would be different trainer for different modules or same trainer? Yes, Pooja, different trainer for different modules, definitely. Some instructors are great at data structures, algorithms. Some have a lot of front-end development experience, so they will teach front-end, obviously. Some people who are more comfortable on the back-end engineering stack, Node.js, they would probably teach Node.js, right? So different instructors for different modules, but all of them are vetted as top-notch trainers, right? So don't worry about that. Sir, how many days taken to learn Java? Java, you will keep learning with data structures algorithms, right? So every day, once as you keep moving forward in the program and keep learning more and more, you will keep learning more and more of Java also, right? Will we learn soft skills? Yes, absolutely, Saksham. We do work on soft skills, right? We understand soft skills are important. That is why I said that we have multiple mock HR interviews. We review your resume thoroughly. We help you with communication skills as such. We help you prepare for questions like, tell me something about yourself. Why this company? Why become a software developer? Where do you see yourself 5 years down the line? Right? So some of these HR questions which are there, all of these things are taken care of within the program itself. So do we get chance to crack Amazon? Absolutely, Saurabh, Samir. If you are learning data structures, algorithms, right? All these top MNC which you're talking about, right? Be it Google, Microsoft, Amazon, all of these top MNCs essentially, if you look at them, they are all hiring on the basis of like 70% of it is data structures algorithms, right? So if you become exceptional, very, very good and excellent at data structures algorithms, right? You have good projects on your CV. You have prepared well to do well in interviews, taken lots of mock interviews, then you are in a good position to crack the top MNCs also. Yeah, 3-year gap in education, Shubham, not an issue here. How much mathematics is important in coding? Not a lot, Datta Krishna. To some extent, mathematics is important in coding, but I don't think anything more than class 10th maths is needed as such. Okay. Sir, can I know if we get a job, how much we need to pay money for Accio? Anirudh, it is given on the website, or else you can check out the orientation session from yesterday once, right? It is very, very clearly mentioned there. Okay. And the recording has all the details also on it. I don't want to waste everyone's time by repeating it again. Arman is saying, sir, I got call from one friend. He said, don't do development, just do some software course. Arman, I don't know what that means, right? Software course kya hota hai? What is a software course? You will learn either building software, right? You will learn software development. I think your friend also has no idea. Trust me, right? Your friend has zero idea, and he is confusing you also. So just ask him also to research a little bit more and understand it more thoroughly first, right? To give you guys a layman's understanding, right? There are two things. One is hardware, one is software. What is software? Anything which is intangible, be it website, be it app, be it a web app, be it a widget, multiple things, right? So those are software. What is hardware? Hardware is the tangible things like my laptop, my computer, or my phone. All of these things are hardware. Now, in software, creating all of these software essentially comes under the umbrella of software development, right? Now, when you are creating software, there is a front end part to a website, right? Where you are once you go to acciojob.com, you interact with that website. You see something as a user, right? That is what is called front end. What happens when you interact with the website? It happens on the back end, right? So whenever you are creating software, there are two aspects to it: creating the front end aspect, which the users experience and interact with, and the back end aspect of it, which interacts with the database constantly, right? So together, front end and back end are known as full stack web development. Now, if you are learning how to create websites, right? You will call it web development. If you're learning how to create apps on Android, you will call it Android development, right? Fundamentals across all of them are the same, right? Uh, of course, the tech and how implementation is done, the language, all of those vary a little bit, but the fundamentals are same across all. Even if you're creating an app, you will create a front end and a back end. Even if you're creating a website, you will create a front end and a back end. You understand? So first thing, Arman, whenever someone tells you something like that, instead of just getting fearful of it, you should try and understand what is this? Does this even make sense? Right? Pay after placement or we have to pay before, sir? Both options are there, Mahesh. You can check out the website and also check out yesterday's recording of the orientation session, guys. If you have missed it, you can always check out the recording of the orientation session. I had shown it to you also. Once you log into the Acciojob platform, you will find the recording in this module. In this first module, you will find the recording of yesterday's orientation class. Today's class will also get recorded, and you will find the recording here after 2-3 hours after the batch, after the class pauses. Okay. Okay, again, too many times people are repeating the same question. It is impossible to take others' questions. Okay. Is 60%? No, G Shankar, like I said, eligibility is not an issue. You can have less than 60% in 10th, 12th graduation. No worries about it. Right? You can be from a BA, BCom, BSc, BTech, mechanical, civil, any background doesn't matter. You should just be in final year of college or else already a graduate, and that is good enough for us. Okay. Sir, I know HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. What next? Keshav, good. If you know HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, next should be learning JavaScript if you are willing to move on the front end side first. Otherwise, I would honestly say learn data structures, algorithms also. Very, very important. Okay. Yes, Vijay, good question. Yes, so in Acciojob, once you get an offer also, right, you will get one, any offer above 5 LP is minimum, right? So all offers coming in will be above 5 LP only, right? So once you get one offer also, then also you can try and get a better offer later on. Definitely. What kind of roles do you get placed in, right? So you get placed in roles like software development engineer or SDE, SDE1, right? You get placed in roles like front-end developer, back-end engineer, full-stack developer, web developer, product development engineer, right? So all these different titles sort of exist, but the role is essentially the same, which is software development, right? Yeah, Rudra Nandan, don't worry, yaar. We have mentors all the time, right? That is what I'm saying. If you just go to opened out hours, right? So we have opened out hours in the morning from 11 to 1, then afternoon 4 to 7, then night 11 to 12. All the time we keep mentors available so that anyone who has doubts coming in can always go in and get their doubts clarified. Okay. What will the coding interview consist of, right? So Datta Krishna, coding interview will be based on what we are going to cover in the next 10 days. What we will cover till the 6th of July, basically next 7 days. Only that will, that is exactly what our coding interview is going to be based on. Okay. Same goes for the coding test also, right? So coding test also will have 2 coding questions based on the same thing, right? The same whatever we are covering in the live pre-course, right? We are covering the very fundamentals of programming. We're just going to move ahead and cover a little bit about data types and variables. We're going to cover a little bit about conditionals, loops, arrays, right? That's it. And we are going to practice a little bit more on those topics. And then on the basis of that, we will give the coding test and interview. For coding test, you have 2 attempts to clear the coding test. For interview, you have 1 attempt. Okay. No, Tharu, you can directly take the interview as well. Okay. Purvi, if anyone is there who has attended the previous pre-course also, and has done assignments, please refresh your assignments and do them again, right? Plus on Discord, I will get a link shared where you will get some more extra practice questions also, right? But meanwhile, make sure all the module assignments, at least you do them again once more so that you are in that groove of practice again. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Yes, 4 GB RAM laptop is enough to perform all the tasks. You wouldn't face an issue. Everything, most of the things you will be doing will be on the Acciojob learning platform itself, right? So you wouldn't face a lot of issues anyways on that. Yeah, Jai Chopra, honestly, Jai Chopra is asking that if we are struggling to build logic and struggling to recollect basics of mathematics, uh, will there be any issues as such, right? So that is what I'm also trying to tell you, that no issues will be there as such. Logic building is something which you will keep acquiring as you solve more and more questions, right? That is something which everyone struggles with. Trust me, when I was also doing DSA, I was going to the same thing. That initial some questions you feel I'm not able to think of the logic myself. But once you have done 30, 40, 50 questions, right, then automatically the logic will start clicking to you. You will be able to think of the approach yourself. Okay. Kunal is asking how many hours per day after commencement of this course. Kunal, you can expect 6 hours per day of effort, right? 3 hours of live classes and another 3 hours of self-study and solving assignments, asking doubts, everything. Okay. Yeah, Keshav, I get it. I get it. Why are you copy pasting the same thing again and again? It doesn't make sense, right? I've already answered your question. When will the coding test be conducted? Pratima, the dates are there on the website here. Are you guys not there? Are you guys not looking at the website properly or what? Because you can see here clearly, right? 6 July onwards, coding test will open up and interview will also open up with it, right? It is written very, very clearly, right? The pre-course is there, so all the recordings are available, assignments are available, everyday classes are available. Uh, okay. What type of projects will we work on during the course, right? So Himanshu, yes, during the course you will work on lots of projects, right? So typically we see that students build at least 6 to 7 projects. One project is must after doing DSA to implement some DSA concept, right? In front end dev, we see students end up making at least 3 to 4 projects. People end up making as high as 5 to 10 projects also, because front end is all about practice, right? All about getting your hands dirty and implementing stuff and building projects which will actually help you gain the most skills in it, right? Then in backend, again, people make a backend specific project. They make a full stack project to sort of, which is like a capstone or industry relevant project, right? So lots of projects are made, and we know that more than 50% of our students come from non-technical backgrounds, right? So we know that they need, once they build projects, only then they will have relevant content to put on their resume also, right? Okay. Yes. So people who are working professionals with 90-day notice periods, right? What we do with those guys is that inside the main batch, once they are doing well in mock interviews, we give them a heads up from our side that according to us, you are doing well now and you will get placed in the next 2, 3 months. So if you want, you can start your notice period so that you can become eligible for more and more companies. Okay. There are companies who are okay with 3 month notice period also, but you will miss out on a lot of other companies who are not okay with it. That is why we recommend, as soon as we think that you are now placement ready, we tell you that now you can put down your papers and start your notice period at least. How much time it will take to learn DSA deeply? Ajit, at least 3 months, and after that also non-stop practice should keep going on. Sir, why DSA in Java and not in JavaScript? Because Shafin, we could see that uh, a lot of companies would prefer taking DSA based tests in Java or C++, right? And Java opens up a lot of other opportunities also. Let's say some company is using the tech stack of Spring or Spring Boot, right? They would be okay if you are trained on Java, right? And that will open up both sort of companies for you. Companies working on Spring Boot tech stacks also, and companies working on Mern stack or JavaScript based tech stack also, right? No, no, no. Datta Prasad Patil, where are you lost? This course is more than enough. You don't need any certification like Microsoft Excel to get placed. Yes, placement will start in the 4th month of the program itself. That is what I'm saying, right? From the 4th month of program itself, the placement will start and it will keep going on non-stop till the end after that. Saddam Hussein, we covered this, yeah, right? Yesterday also, please watch the orientation session recording. This was detailed and discussed in detail, right? If you get hired above 5 LPA, then you start paying us the monthly installment. In case in the next 12 months, when you are paying us the monthly installment, you get fired, we will pause your monthly installment till we get you placed again above 5 LPA, right? But this is a absolutely rare case scenario, right? 99.99% students won't ever face it. So don't think about that scenario, to be very honest. Okay. Yeah. Now, please don't copy paste the same question again and again. I have answered it. Yeah, that is what I'm saying, right? The language is not so important as much as students make it sound, right? Uh, Trust me, right? The language is not so important. You can learn it in Java also, C++ also, and get to the same company, right? Amazon will be okay if you clear their coding test in C++ and will be okay if you clear their coding test in Java. It doesn't matter, right? Language is a very secondary thing. If you understand the fundamentals, if you understand the approach, logics to questions, language is something which you will easily able to pick up. Okay, what about aptitude? Yeah, so we will give you enough aptitude practice material and practice tests so that you can prepare well for aptitude, right? But to be honest, most companies coming through us offering above 5 LPA packages, right? Their focus is more on your coding skills. Okay. I think now more or less we have taken some questions, right? Otherwise, if other people have questions, please ask us on Discord. Why do you not ask this on Discord? Right now, you're spamming the same question 15 times. Ask it on Discord. Okay. Here, you can join the Discord directly from here also, or Rudransh has posted the Discord group link multiple times on our chat already, right? So you can join the Discord group, ask your doubts there, right? Yes, placement interviews will be online. All the placement drives are generally online itself, right? How will you find out best student from main batch? We will find out very easy here. We take mock interviews so many times. We take coding contest every weekend. You guys have to do assignments. Everything is there to evaluate, right? Hi Yash, what role does BCA graduate get? Can they get the SBE role? Absolutely, yeah, Ujjwal, why not? BCA graduates are very, very eligible for a lot of companies, so don't worry too much about it. Which companies are we having in Delhi? Yeah, Deepak, lots of companies from Delhi NCR, right? Like I said, major hubs are Delhi NCR, Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad, right? Bangalore, Hyderabad are also huge hubs. So these 5 locations, if you are open to, you will be you will sort of have enough opportunities, right? Okay, perfect. So I'm posting the Discord group link on chat again. You guys can join the Discord group. and ask your doubts there, right? Okay. Yep. Thanks, Datta. Don't copy paste the same thing on chat again and again. Okay. Sir, can we crack the interview? Absolutely, Yogesh. Just make sure you attend all the live classes, right? Solve all the assignments, right? Okay, and that should be good to go. Why your assignment is using Java, but your bootcamp JavaScript? Subhajit, we cover both Java and JavaScript in the program, right? We will learn data structures algorithms in Java, and then we will learn the entire MERN stack, right? So we will learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, all of it. Yes, Divya, in upfront option, female discount option is available. If you are a female, you can book your seat, right? And the remaining amount payable would be sort of would be on a discounted rate. So the remaining amount you will have to pay would be after applying the 25,000 discount on it. Yeah, absolutely, Shafin. Why not? Non-tech background people can also hope to get placed in the 4th, 5th month, right? Why not? That is what I'm saying. You have to just work hard with the program, take every day, one day at a time, and keep learning with us. That's it. Right? How much time it will take to learn DSA deeply? Ajit, I've already answered this question. At least 3 months, right, of proper practice. And after that, also some practice should keep going on. What is the scope for BCom students? Harsh Bhushan Singh, BCom students should work super hard, become skilled, build some projects, and they will get placed above 5 LPA in a decent product-based company where they can start their coding career. They work there for a few months, a year, or whatever time period they want, and they can move to top-notch company, right? You name it and you can move there. Okay. Interview will not ask advanced. Abhinav, like I said, the interview and coding test both will be based on what we are covering in these live classes. Okay. Whatever we are going to cover in these live classes, right? We are only going to cover up to arrays. Then we will practice some more, right? And after that, once we have covered all these sort of classes, then based on these classes, whatever has been covered, based on that only your coding test and interview would be there. Okay. Yeah, absolutely, Rutuja. Like I said, right, if you're taking the pay after placement option, right, in case if you want to withdraw from the course in between, you have to pay us the cost of the course, right? So cost of the course, which is 70 plus GST, will still be applicable, right? Yeah, absolutely, Deepak. We will give you 5 minute break in between classes. Don't worry. Shafin already answered your question. Why would you keep copy pasting the same question again? Very, I don't understand. Right. Okay. Okay. Any other doubts, guys? Please ask them on the Discord group. Right. I am putting the Discord group link here. Okay, thank you. No more on chat, please. Can we stop the chat? Please don't ask queries on chat. I'm posting the Discord group link again and again on chat. You can join the Discord group and you can ask your questions there. Subha Roy, if you don't have a laptop, you'll have to arrange for a laptop or a PC because this program, every day you need to code, right? So you will need a laptop or a PC. Okay, perfect. Now let me invite Abhijit also, so that Abhijit can introduce himself. He is going to be your mentor, right? He's going to be your mentor, teaching assistant, whatever you call it, right? He's going to help you out with it right? He's going to help you out with discussion of assignments every day. So every day from 8 to 9 p.m., you are going to have doubt discussion session or assignment discussion session with Abhijit, right? No, pay after placement case, Priya, we don't have Pratigya initiative for pay after placement. In pay after placement, we are already giving you all sorts of financial assistance, right? After you get placed from your salary, you can pay, right? For 25,000 discount is applicable on the upfront payment amount, basically. Okay. Yeah. So coming back to Abhijit's introduction. So Abhijit is going to be your doubt solving mentor, assignment discussions every day from 8 to 9 p.m. Will be with Abhijit for the next few days till 6th of July, right? From 9 o'clock onwards, Tushar will take over and will start with the lecture session. Okay. Yeah, Discord group link I have posted so many times. Yeah, hotel management can also apply. Everyone can apply. Don't worry. Yep, I have added the Discord group link on chat multiple times now. You can join the Discord group. Okay. Yes, Harish. Yeah, absolutely. Currently, Sachin, it is online only. Okay. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You will keep seeing me. Don't worry. Okay. Perfect. Okay, guys. Now handing it over to uh, handing it over to Abhijit, right? What he can do is he will actually discuss one assignment today, right? He will give a quick introduction and discuss one assignment today. Then from 9 o'clock, Tushar will take over for today's lecture session. So be focused, guys. Now is the time. It is important, right? Start studying from today. It is serious stuff. He's going to cover intro to programming, data types, and a little bit about data types and variables also probably today. And today onwards, you have to start solving assignments also. Okay. Harish, please ask on the Discord group, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, man? Are you not able to understand what I'm saying? See, Discord group, Discord group, Discord group, right? Ask on Discord group. Easy, simple, right? So ask it on Discord group. Whatever doubts you have related to the program, ask them on Discord group. What is the issue, right? We have Abhijit here. He's going to just quickly in the next 20 minutes, he can walk you guys through his discussion, his introduction, and discuss one question at least with you guys for today. And then from 9 o'clock onwards, we can pass it on to Tushar. Tushar will sort of Sagar, you might be using the wrong link. It opens. There are at least 10,000 people on the Discord group, right? If not, try. Here is the link to join Discord group, right? Rudransh has just posted the link again. Okay, it is opening. I've just checked, right? So don't worry about it. It's working fine. Okay. Or else joining Discord group is available here also. The option is there on yellow color, right? That option is always there. Okay. Just install the application and everything is working fine. Exactly, right? Okay. Now passing it on to Abhijit, right? He can quickly give an introduction and solve one question with you guys today probably. And from 9 o'clock, Tushar can start with today's lecture. From tomorrow onwards, 8 to 9 p.m. doubt session, you will see Abhijit. You will meet Abhijit in the doubt sessions from 8 to 9. From 9 to 11, you will meet Tushar. Okay. So make sure you work hard till 6th of July and attend all the classes, solve all the assignments being given, ask your doubts if you are having any doubts. Okay. If you just work hard till 6th of July, I can guarantee you will easily clear the coding test and interview. Just be honest to yourself, do the assignments yourself, understand them thoroughly. If you're getting doubts, ask your doubts, right? But make sure you are not copy pasting, right? Class will be from 9 to 11, doubt session from 8 to 9 p.m. every day from tomorrow onwards till 6th of July. Okay. We will be covering all of the topics in the pre-course and solving all these assignments every day, day by day. We will take it one day at a time. Okay. So all the newbies from non-tech people, right? Especially for you guys, I'm telling this especially for you guys that have patience, take one day at a time. Make sure you are dedicated, you attend the sessions, you ask your doubts, you attend the lecture session, you put and invest hours. If you do that, you will be good to go. Okay, perfect. Abhijit, can you take over?
Yeah, sure, Yash. Can you stop sharing?
Yep, I'll just stop sharing. If you can just start with a quick introduction. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Hi, everyone. So this is Abhijit. So I'll be taking all your doubts for the pre-course. So I am currently a software developer at Avamo Technologies. I'm a machine learning engineer majorly, and I take doubts. I take partially TA sessions here from past 9 months right now. So I'll be taking all your doubts regarding the pre-course that are there. So please feel free to reach me out for any queries. I'm also on Discord. If you want to reach me out there, you can reach me out there. Okay. So that's about my introduction. So I have done my graduation from BITS Pilani Goa campus. So let's start off by just let me just walk you through the platform. Yash and Tushar might have already done that. So this is the place where you will be for the next 10 days. So you need to solve each of these assignments, and if you are solving them diligently, you will be able to get through the interview and the test very easily. But the only thing you need to do is you need to understand each and every assignment properly. So I'll tell you the pattern we'll follow during the doubt session. I'll be taking each and every question of each and every module. So we have like say 8 to 9 modules here. So what we will basically be doing is we will solve each assignment in the class. After each assignment, I'll take all your doubts that are there. Okay. All right. So I'll just repeat once again for those who, is my voice clear now? Okay. All right. So I'll just start again. So good evening, everyone. So I'll be your mentor for the rest of the pre-course right now. So I'll be taking all your doubts regarding the pre-course that are there. I'm presently a software developer at Avamo Technologies. I've done my graduation from BITS Pilani Goa campus. I've joined recently as a software developer there. So I'll be taking all your doubts. I'm working with Acciojob for the past 9 months. Okay, so this is the platform that we'll be walking through, and what we will be doing is from 8 to 9, I'll take each and every question that is there on the platform. We'll solve each and every question one by one. Then I'll take all your doubts. We'll take all the possibilities that are there for the code. We'll learn and we'll understand what are the differences, and we'll then get to know about, like, if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the chat box. So that way we'll be able to clear each and every doubt of the question. But just one request, don't ask random questions from random modules. We'll take each module step by step. So like one module at a time. So say intro to programming is done in today's class. So we'll take up intro to programming tomorrow in the doubt session. So in that doubt session, what we'll do is we'll basically solve both the assignments. And after solving both the assignments, after solving each assignment, I'll take your doubts, whatever they are, any doubts you have, any doubts related to coding, any doubts related to language, whatever you don't understand, you can ask me. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Okay, so this is the platform. So what you need to basically do is after each class, you need to go back, you need to solve these assignments, try at least, if you're not able to solve, at least try these assignments thoroughly, so that when I explain anything to you, you are able to get like what exactly I'm trying to tell you. Because what happens is if you don't have it to look at your assignment, you will be pretty much blank throughout the class. The reason being, when you have read the question twice, thrice, 4 times, you know what the question is actually asking. So if you're not able to code, that is okay, but at least read the problem, understand, try to solve it. If you're able to solve it, it's very well and good. But if you're not able to solve it, at least understand the problem. Okay. No issues. If you are zero in coding, we are starting from scratch. We are teaching you each and every syntax that is there in Java. We are not expecting any pre-knowledge at the moment. Okay. All right. So we'll start with intro programming. I'll just explain you the UI and stuff that are there. So what you can do is each day after the live class, you can go to the assignment, whatever you have, or whatever you want to solve, open that assignment, and that will open a new tab. So this is your question problem statement, and this is the editor where you will code. Okay. So we like you need to code it here in the Acciojob editor itself. But while practicing, if you want, you can code it in your local editor or on any online compiler you want. But for submitting the code, you will have to use the Acciojob editor. You will have to paste the code here and paste the code in a similar format. Okay. Coming back to the problem statement. So this is basically a problem statement, like what you need to do in the question. There are different questions, different types of questions. Like some will say you need to give the output of a math equation, or some will say you will have to print some things. You will have to take input from user and do some assignments with it and print it. So that is what the question statement means. That question statement basically is what you need to do in your code. Okay. Then comes the input format. So what input format means basically is, if you need to take input from user, what happens is we are coding something, but are we taking some values from user? If we are, then that format will be provided in the input format. Okay. So I'll repeat again. So input format is basically the input that we take from the user. You can leave it for now. We'll in the second module that is there here. I'll show you. That is data types and variables. In this, we'll take go towards the input format. So you can just skip the input format for now. Coming back to the output format. So what happens is in a compiler or in a program, when you print something, there's an output screen that is shown. So when an output screen is shown, there's a particular format in which you need to print so that all your test cases passes. Okay. No, TA won't be chosen from classes. Don't worry. Okay. So output format is basically what you see on the output screen. Like when you run your code and you run a program that you have written, then when what you see on the output screen is called as output format. That is called as output. So the output format is given and you are given a sample input and outputs as well. Okay. So there is a common mistakes that we are also always telling you guys. Why? The reason being because at initial stages, there are certain syntactical errors. Syntactical means the way you write a code. Okay. So the way you write a code is how it is going to be. Okay. No, you don't have to type comment lines. Comment lines are just for your reference so that you are able to understand what to write where. That will be done in the initial cases only. After that, we won't be doing this. Okay. So moving on. Guys, one more thing I want to tell you at the start itself. Please be very specific about the doubt that you want to that you want me to answer, so that I don't start explaining the entire code in general. Because what happens is, as the code becomes longer, it will be a waste of time for me and for you guys as well. Because if I waste a lot of time on a single question, then I won't be able to take the other questions, and we only have a limited frame of time as such. So we need to be very specific and we need to entertain all the doubts. So it will be a very healthy practice to entertain all the doubts. I'll be explaining each and every code at least twice or thrice. But after that, please be a line specific, like I didn't understand line number 4, I didn't understand line number 5, in that fashion, so that I'm also able to get like what exactly are you not understanding. This happens because you might have not printed in the correct output format. That is a very important thing. So whatever the output format is provided, if you're not printing it in the correct format, then it will be, the test case will fail. You will think that the output is correct according to you, but according to the compiler, it will match with the test cases. So there's an output format given for a reason. When the output format will be matched with your output, and if the outputs are matching, then only the test case will pass. Otherwise, it won't pass. Okay, so coming to the basic print statements that we are starting. So print statement is basically to print anything on the output screen. So there are two types of print statement in Java, that are system.out.println and system.out.print. These are the two print statements that are there in Java. So these are the only two statements that you will use each time you want to print something on the output screen. Okay, so let's print something at the start. Okay. One thing, please ignore these 4 lines. Whatever code you want to write, you will start writing between after line 2 and before line 5. Ignore these 2 lines for now. Why? Because these are some advanced things that you will understand once you get in the main batch. You start understanding the basic syntax, then you will be able to understand the meaning of these lines. Okay. So yeah, I'm coming to that. All right. So let's just do a welcome to Acciojob and run this code. So this is the run button and this is submit button. So when you run the code, your output will be shown here and the custom input will be provided here. You can leave the input part right now. We are just printing the statements. We are not taking any user input. Okay. See, you will have to set up a Java environment if you want to run this on local. So if you have done that, then it's well and good. Otherwise, I'll suggest you to use any online compiler or Acciojob or compiler itself, because you will be spending most of the time on Acciojob compiler only. So it will be a healthy practice to go it on Acciojob compiler. Yeah, online GDB is a good option of online compiler. Okay, so yeah, I'm coming to the print and println difference. Okay, so first, make sure you write the correct syntax. The system S should be capital, because if I write it small and I run the code, it will throw an error stating that this is not the correct statement. Okay, error package system does not exist. That means it is not able to identify the statement. So you should write the correct correct syntax and correct statements. That means S should be capital in the system.out.println. That's why we have written here, like you write the S as capital. Okay. And don't add any extra commas or any extra full stops. All right. So whatever you want to print it inside the print and statement, that should be in inverted commas. Like if you're writing a statement, hi, I am this, hi, I want to print this, that will be in inverted commas, double inverted quotes, double quotes. So always do these, remember these two things. Coming to the difference of print and println. Yeah, Java is a case sensitive language, so make sure you are keeping that into account. Yeah, you can use Visual Studio as well. I have no issues with that. Any online local compiler, wherever you're comfortable. But you will have to submit those assignments on the Acciojob compiler itself. So it will be a healthy practice to start getting used to this compiler, because you will be spending the next 6 months with these compiler only. Like the main course will also have coding questions here only. Okay. So Jay Mondal, please don't request remote control of my screen. I won't be able to approve that. There's no such fixed number of spaces. It's like it depends on like the number of tabs you need to give. Just make sure that the code looks neat so you are able to read it properly. That is the only good thing. Okay. So coming to the question now. So what this question asks is, complete the code by copying the 2 lines of the code below and pasting them inside the body of your main method. Body of your main method, that is this main method. So we'll just copy paste these 2 lines, copy and paste, and look at the output, like what the output exactly comes. Compiler is basically a computer side thing that compiles your code, like that runs your code. Like if you have written certain lines, someone is going to check it, right? So that is the compiler. Compiler will check it and run it, and whatever the output is, that it will show on the output screen. So this is the output that we are showing. So if I submit it, then we'll have a test case here. Okay, and it passed. So that means we are correct. So there's Ankit, there's no fixed number of main batch strength. We are open to any strength right now, but we'll divide you in the batches of 50 to 70, depending on that. Not case sensitive, case, CAS, like capital A, small a will be different according to Java. Okay. Input and output format. Input format you can ignore right now. Output format is basically how your output should look in the output screen. That is what output format means. You have to practice this on the Acciojob side itself. Okay. So moving on. So now there are 2 statements that I told you initially, that are print and println. So what is the difference between print and println? Let's just run the program and see what is the difference. So if I remove the println and do it, what will happen is hello world and hello Java will be printed in the same line. So println means everything after that statement will be printed from next line, and print means there's no line break. So that means ln is basically for line break. So like if I have written some statements like welcome, hi, I'm Abhijit. So after that, if I written in a print ln statement, then what will happen is after print ln statement, everything that is written, that will be printed from next line. So in this, like if I do a print ln, and even if I do a print here, so I have not written any statement after this, so that won't make any sense. But in this, I have added a print ln that is in the first statement. So everything after hello world will be printed in the next line. Okay. Yeah, I've run the program. Running the code is giving this output only. This is the output. No, I cannot remove Adik ln from both the lines, because that's what I've asked. I've been asked in the question. So make sure if you want to print only those particular things in that line, you use print ln. Otherwise, only use print. That these are the 2 differences that you need to learn. Okay. You cannot turn off comments. Basically, what you can do is you can remove these comments by just adding a backslash. Comments is basically used to increase the readability of the code. Like anyone, any random person comes in, he can read the code. How to print hello and bold in different lines? Simple. Just remove this and add it here. I want to print world in the next line. So I'll print world here. Now if I run the clock, and this is how it looks. Okay, so you learn more today in this class how the print statements and println actually works in the compiler. This was just basically an introduction session for you guys, like how the compiler looks, where you need to solve the assignments, how you need to submit the assignments. So just wait for it. I'll hand over it to Tushar now. So he'll be taking up the session. So he'll be teaching you what you need to do. And tomorrow we'll be taking all these questions again. So don't worry about it. Like if you're not able to understand, the main motive of this class was just to make you go through the platform, like how the platform looks, how it works, and how it is going to be. See, you don't need any online compiler. You can just work on the Acciojob compiler itself, right? If you want some practice questions, I'll tell you later on in the class. But for now, just work on the Acciojob compiler. That's it. Harsh, I told it in the start itself, you need to avoid those 4 lines for now. Reason being, these are advanced stuff that you learn in the main batch because you need some basic understanding of the languages, right? No, there's nothing called bold or italics in the output screen. Everything is going to be printed in the simple language. Okay? You cannot print anything in bold or you cannot print anything in italics. Okay. All right. So I'll just stop sharing now and hand it over to Shar. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow and we'll be taking all these questions again. So don't worry. After today's class, you'll be able to understand these things more. You don't need to save the output. You just need to save the code. And once you submit the code is automatically saved. So if I just quit this now and go to the question again, the code will be saved for me. Okay. So over to the Shah, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Abhijit. Thank you so much. Yeah, hi guys. A very warm good evening. I don't understand. Okay, don't worry, Rahul. Don't worry. That's fine. Okay, you will get this thing with time. Okay. Yes, this is standard syntax. Hi, very good evening, guys. Welcome back. Hi, good evening. Hi. Okay, super excited to see the same strength of the people. Okay, and yeah, hi. 2 minutes break. Yeah, you can maybe go grab some. You can grab some water. We'll have 5 minutes break. Welcome back. Okay, hi. Okay, you can have some 5 minutes break for all those people are coming back with backlights. Okay. Yeah, I'll just maybe share the screen. Okay, all right. Not sure when. Okay, perfect, right? This is fine. So I think let's start. Okay. Meanwhile, others can maybe have a quick break. Okay. And I'll try to have a discussion with the new joinees, maybe just 5 minutes. Okay. And in 5 minutes, we'll try to get a quick recap of what we discussed yesterday. And for all those people who have already an idea, they can take a 5 minutes break. That's fine. Please try to make sure that you come back by 9:10. Okay. So yeah, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes break for all those people who already know yesterday's session, and a quick recap for all those who want to revise in yesterday's class. Okay. Right. Okay. So disable chats on the screen. Yes, definitely. Okay. Super excited, guys. Let's start and did not pass assignment. Good to see you back. Good evening. Very good evening. We talked about tea. Okay. So in the revision classes, we talked about tea. Okay. So we discussed what was DSA. We actually discussed what do we really mean by DSA. DSA का मतलब क्या होता है? This is what we discussed. Okay. So DSA basically stands for data structures and algorithms. Okay, DSA stands for data structures and algorithms. Can anybody want to quickly explain what were DSA, data structures, and what were algorithms? Yeah, what was DSA and what are algorithms? Dipti will try to keep it little English, and I know it is little difficult, but please try to bear with me. And yeah. Right, okay. Yes, we'll be using the language English only. Yeah, correct. Okay. Yes. Okay. Little introduction about you. I am guys an SD at Myntra, and for all those people who don't know me, I am an SD at Myntra, and Myntra is an online fashion selling brand. You could see this from my shirt. This shirt is from Myntra, and yeah. Okay. So yeah, DSA stands for data storage types. Okay. And yeah. So I am also a teacher, and I think I love teaching. Teaching is something, one of the passions. This is something I love more than the actual software development, honestly. Yeah. Neat assignments. Assignments. Okay. Yes, good, right? Okay. Yeah, the session is recently started. Okay. Yes, that is a good point. Okay. And yeah, okay, better Amazon. Okay. Do you think you will get that, Meran? Just a small, quick question. Okay, I think, right, okay. Right, okay. And yeah, so maybe let's have a quick discussion. So we were having the definition of a DSA. DSA means data structures, okay. For all those who people are really new, very welcome, a very warm welcome to the batch, okay. This is a pre-course lecture. And in this lecture, we try to understand, I mean, this is a very pre-course, even if you're a zero level beginner, okay. In case you're very zero, you are from any background, mechanical, chemical, civil, BCom, BSc, or even maybe you're doing engineering physics also, or maybe something BSc honors, anything is fine. Okay. This is absolute zero level. And we are starting, we had some introduction yesterday. We're just starting it a little bit more today. Okay. So very welcome guys. I am Tushar. I'll be taking your pre-course. Okay. Even I asked a promise yesterday. I asked this today as well that for the next 10 days, okay, for the next 10 days, if you promise me that you will be putting your 100% effort, I promise you that I will be taking you to the next level, number one. And the second thing, I promise you that you will definitely develop good interest in software engineering, and you will definitely gain a lot of this. And possibly, I think many of you guys will be having very bright career. Okay. Very bright next 6 months. Okay. A lot of you guys will be a part of this. I am also an instructor at Acciojob. Okay. So even I take sessions. Okay. I take the sessions also. Yeah. Okay. So that is the idea. Okay. I'll just tell you the quick course structure, what we have. Every day we have the 8 to 9 p.m. doubts. Okay. 8 to 9 p.m. is a doubt session. This is the doubt session. And in this doubt sessions, what we discuss is about the assignments that I will give you in the future. Okay. We'll try to solve the assignments. Okay. So assignments and that will be solved in the doubt sessions. And from 9 p.m. we will try to understand the theory in an interesting manner. Okay. From 9 to 11 types, we'll be having the theory. Or not the theory part, but yeah, maybe the DSA part actually, right? Yes, this is the pre-course about DSA. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, correct. Okay. So let's probably start. I'll just make sure this is lecture 2. Just a second. And so this is the new lecture. Okay. All the recordings are available in the chat sec and the Discord group. Okay. You can feel free to join the Discord group. Correct. Let's start. Okay. Some perfect. Okay. Yeah. Okay. How to crack this in. If you really try to understand the course, okay, if you really try to understand the course, and that course is, I mean, the assignments are not difficult. If you really try to understand the pre-courses, the lectures that I take, okay, it will be from 9 to 11 every day. Weekends will be off. And if you try to take the lectures and then you try to solve the assignments, it will not happen that you will not be able to solve. Okay. DSA is not difficult. Coding is not difficult. I'm really, really happy that I could see a lot of answers for what data structures actually are. People have listened yesterday, that seems okay. Yeah, people have listened that yesterday. That sounds good. Okay. And maybe they're listening it today as well. Okay. So let's quickly recap. So data structures are whatever the data that we were having in the raw format, right? The raw format, the data is there. I have to put in a structured manner, right? I have to put that in a structured manner. And depending on the use case, okay, depending on the use case, maybe I could have in a list format, right? I could have in a list format, entries by entries, I may need that. And second thing I could have is maybe, Yeah. Okay. Okay. And the second thing that we discussed about this is list is one of the data structures. The other data structures can be graphs. Right? The other data structures can be graphs, and graphs is the second data structure. Okay. And that depends on the use case, right? Like in the graphs, I need this nodes, right? Like airplanes are using this. I want to go from place A to place B. This is Delhi, this is Mumbai, this is Chennai, and this is maybe Kolkata. So this type of information, and there's different type of information. Okay, this is just a recap for all those people who have yeah, right, okay. Yeah. So all those people who are really new, okay, they have joined the first batch. Don't worry, okay. You might have not got this, okay. You might have not got this, and that's fine, okay. Don't worry, okay. Just try to stick towards the end of the class. Try to stick that you are okay. Okay. So whatever, just try to stick towards the end of the class, and you will definitely gain from this, and that will be good for you. Okay. Yes, perfect. Yes, the recordings will be provided. Okay, the recordings are there, but jo maza live mein, that is not. There is no much feel in the recording part. Believe me. Well, the fun is definitely in the live session. And yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So I think let's quickly recap as algorithms. So what are algorithms? Algorithms are a step-by-step process. What are algorithms? It's a step-by-step process to achieve any particular task. A step-by-step is very important term that I do this step-by-step. Okay. That is a very important thing. And so it's actually a step-by-step process. Maybe I'm making a tea, right? So I was making a tea yesterday. Okay. Today I will make a coffee then maybe. So whatever the processes are there, I have to follow that processes. Maybe that boil the water is one of the process. And the second process is about the add tea leaves, add ginger, we are making a good tea and all these things, add milk. So these processes are to be followed in a very step by step manner. Okay. So that steps of processes is called, yeah. So that steps are actually called algorithms. Okay. Correct. Now, the next thing that we are having is that, so we have got about data structures, we have got about algorithms. Now, I want you to understand what does language means. Okay, so there are definitely different type of languages that are available. Okay, we have discussed about C, C++, Java. Okay, we will be covering the course in the language Java. We will be making the course in the language Java, and Java has a lot of benefits of this around that. And yesterday we have discussed a very important statement. We have discussed about syntax. Okay, what is syntax, right? Yeah, what is a syntax? And yeah, so the syntax is something that is you need to syntax is something that is pre-written. Okay, syntax is something that is pre-written. Yeah, step by step process to achieve any particular task. Okay, that whatever things we are wishing to solve that particular task, for example, step by step process to achieve a particular task. In algorithms we could have achieved any particular task, right? Maybe searching any particular product, maybe you're searching in Amazon. So what are the step-by-step process that you need to follow so that in the complete data of the Amazon, you are able to search that particular watches, right? You're able to search that particular watches, or maybe you want to search for phones. तो searching एक type का algorithm हो, right? उसमें आपको कुछ steps follow करने पड़ेंगे. You actually need to, okay, right, Harsh? Correct. Right. So the name is online GDB. Okay. We will be writing the code. Java will be written. Java is a language, and this language is what we are using to communicate to the computer. Okay. Yes. Right. Beautiful. This is very beautiful. Good task name. Syntax means the grammar to write the right program. Right. Beautifully explained. Okay. So syntax, even I will write that as there. Good, Naveen. Okay. Even I want you guys to try using the comment section for something meaningful. Okay, try explaining the definitions, try interacting. I mean, there is no sense that you use the chat section for some unnecessary comments or irrelevant comments, ताकि जो समझने वाले उनको भी, मतलब जो आपकी चैट पढ़ रहे हैं वो भी उनको भी अच्छा लगे कि yes, Naeem has shared some good content and it feels good, it adds something to my knowledge. See, you have an opportunity to present your comments to 650 people, right? So I think it's a very good and important thing that you write good things in the comment sections, you try relevant things. ठीक है, तो make sense, right? तो कोशिश करो कि आप comment sections को, so this is enabled, right? And I don't want to disable this, will not make sense. Okay, I just want people to communicate, but please let's try to communicate in a better manner. Okay, let's try to communicate in a better manner. And yeah, that is the plan. Right, okay. Standard, yes. Right, okay. Yes, okay, yes. So syntax is actually basically a framework. That is correct, okay. Syntax is basically a framework, and this framework is trying to, it's basically a grammar, okay. It's a grammar, and maybe a grammar or maybe a set of rules. I will name this, yes, this is a set of rules. And these set of rules I need to follow in order to achieve any particular thing. For example, syntax to write the right programs. What are programs? Yes. Programs क्या होते हैं? Programs are, what do we really mean by programs? क्या होते हैं programs? ऐसा जो हम कॉलेज में प्रोग्राम करते हैं वो वाले प्रोग्राम्स आर द सेम प्रोग्राम्स जो कॉलेज में प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं हमारे. तो क्या होते हैं प्रोग्राम्स? व्हाट आर प्रोग्राम्स? सेट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शंस, लिस्ट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शंस. यस यस यस, राइट, ओके. कंप्यूटर टू कंप्यूटर, जो हमारी कंप्यूटर से बात होती है, तो वी हैव सीन दैट कंप्यूटर इज एक्चुअली अ डम मशीन. करेक्ट, राइट, करेक्ट, गुड गुड गुड, राइट. So it's a computer is actually a dumb machine, and we need to program that computer, right? So it is said in English that we are programming something. A cool term, programming, yes. So it is a set of instructions. It's a set of instructions. Set of instructions, and that set of instructions might be performing any particular task. Okay, set of instructions that is performing any particular task. So this is what is combined as a program. जो भी मैंने instructions के set लिखे हैं, that combined thing is forming a program, correct? That set of instructions that are there, okay, instructions given to the computer are defined as programs, okay. And this is the syntax part, correct, good. And so yesterday we have discussed the first syntax, and this is syntax, guys, okay. This is something that you will have to learn for now, okay. This is something that you will have to learn, okay. There's no logic behind this, okay. Honestly, there is no logic behind this. Even I have learned that, okay. And this is something that we have to learn. It's like very simple, right? In Hindi, whether we English, we learn this A B C D E, right? So the basic syntax in Java is little cool, okay. This is little different, but that basic ABC is what we are actually learning, right? Programming, just quick recap. Programming is a set of instructions that we are really giving, set of commands that we are giving to the computer, right? Programming are given to the computer, and this program can actually perform a particular task, right? Program is given to the computer that is performing a particular task. Perform a particular task. So whatever the program is there, that is actually performing a particular task. That is what we really mean by programming, correct? And yeah, syntax क्या होता है? Syntax is set of rules, okay. Syntax is matlab, for example, I just tell you, okay. For example, I write this system.out.println, system.out.println. So I am actually printing something. This is the normal syntax, right? This is what is a syntax part. ये syntax है, ये as it is लिखा जाएगा. This is the syntax part. System.out.println, this is to be written as it is, and inside the brackets and a semicolon, right? This is the syntax part. This is something, this complete thing is a syntax part, and this is something that you will have to learn कि in order to print any statement in Java, okay, in order for Java to print any statement. Second slide, let's add the slide. Okay, maybe this is too much. Okay, yeah, so set of rules that has to be followed for the proper execution, that is defined as a syntax part, right? So I will just write anything I want on the terminal to be printed. I will print that. So maybe I want to print, we will rock together. We will rock together. Okay, so I mean, I want everybody to write it, okay. So maybe try writing. Let's everybody write what is the next 6 months aim. Okay, what is your aim? Whatever is the aim, you can try writing it here. Okay, whatever is your aim, and try writing it here, right? कि आपको कुछ भी लिखना है, let's try writing it on the compiler. So we are having this compiler, okay. So we are having this compiler. So compiler क्या है? जो ये Java language को process kar raha hai, right? The compiler is something, a software, or maybe compiler is something, a machine, basically an online machine, which is actually processing the code that you write. Okay, this is actually processing the code that you really write. Okay, so this is the code I'll be writing. So I am having this online GDB, right? So this is the online compiler where I actually write the codes like VS Code. Yeah, I'll just refresh this once. Okay, I'll just refresh this once. Control C. And this is the link in case you are looking for this. It is online GDB, right? You can also go for others also. Okay, you can go for others also, but yes, this is good to start with. Okay, this is an online GDB. Okay, you can go with this. Right, okay, so yes, this is the basic syntax that you will be seeing that is pre-written. Okay, this is the basic syntax that is pre-written in that. Okay, and simple, right? ये basic syntax pre-written है. So in order to print any line, what we are having is this system.out.println. I want to become a cool software engineer. Maybe that is my goal. Cool software engineer. You can also write your job, your goals. Maybe I want to get a job of 10 lakhs next month. I want to get a job, get a software role of 10 LP in next 4 months. Maybe that is what I want that computer जी print this, right? तो हमने कंप्यूटर जी को एक कमांड दिया कि कंप्यूटर जी इसे प्रिंट कीजिए, लाइक अमिताभ बच्चन gives कंप्यूटर जी. So we are actually talking to the computer that कंप्यूटर जी ये कीजिए, कंप्यूटर जी वो कीजिए. So we are kind of the Amitabh Bachchan here. We are just telling computer जी इसको लॉक कर दिया जाए, इसको वो कर दिया जाए, and all this thing, right? Okay, yeah. ठीक है, तो कंप्यूटर जी हम ही कर देंगे. तो कंप्यूटर जी को बताने के लिए, in order to tell the computer जी that computer ji do this. So let's see. I'm just running this. Okay, this is the run button above top right green. Okay, yeah. So yes, so you could see that this is the output place. Okay, this black thing is the output. यहाँ पर आपका output आया करेगा. This black is the output. This is where you will get the output. This is how you will be running it. This is the run button, and this is the place to write the code. Okay, this is the place to write the code. In case you actually want to write the code, this is where you will be writing the code, right? The complete code that you will be writing is this will be written here. Correct, simple. Okay. Okay, correct, right? Right, okay. Right, all these things are cool, super cool. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now let's jump to the next concept. The next concept I have for you guys is also interesting, and that is also very interesting, and that is maybe print okay, brackets in comma. ये सब syntax का part है, ref. Don't worry. Okay, so this is all a part of syntax. Okay, they're not having the logic. Okay, and genuinely they're not having any logic. Okay, it's all about the part of the syntax part. Okay, you syntax here, all you need to focus that this is the syntax, and I just need to write in this space, right? Whatever the code that I actually write, okay, these commas, these semicolons, these are a part of the grammar, right? You don't ask a ref that why this a b c d these, right? It is similar to abc. Okay, if you will not put the brackets, it will not run. For example, I don't follow this. For example, I rename something. I don't do this. I don't use the system.out. Maybe, right? I'm just doing the system. Let me show you what it will happen. So it will throw an error, right? It will throw an error. See, so it is throwing an error. Error means that yes, the code that you have written is not right. Error, right? And it also shows in which line number it is finding an error, right? Which line number it is not able to comprehend. So it is saying that in line number 13, right? In line number, this is the line number 13. If you see line number 13, so in line number 13, it is telling that Tushar, there is an error in line number 13. Go check that. Right? There is some grammatical issue in the line number 13. So yeah. For assignments, I'll just discuss towards assignments. Okay. And for assignments, I'll discuss that. Okay, don't worry. Assignments part I discuss kar leta, don't worry. Okay. Assignments I'll discuss in some time. The next thing I want you guys to understand is a very important concept, that is everything, don't worry, right? सब कुछ करेंगे, okay, सब कुछ करेंगे, right? And out was missing. I'll just mention the out system.out.print. This is the syntax part. Okay. Okay. Now I want to discuss about something, that how we can actually store the data. Right. The next thing I want you guys to understand is the data part. Right. So we have understood that right, this public static void, everything is pre-written. Okay. बाकी चीजों पे फोकस करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Don't focus on what all is written as of now, right? Don't focus on them. Okay, just simply ignore, like you are ignoring like people are actually ignoring what? Yeah, like people are actually ignoring the warnings that are written on a cigarette packet. So you can also ignore them the same way. I'm not sure if that made some sense, but yeah, almost ignore it the same way. You are seeing them, but you're still ignoring that. Okay, correct. Okay, good. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so now the next thing I want you guys to understand is that, okay, the next thing I want you to understand is that let us understand about the um, variables, right? Let me tell you two very interesting concept. We can understand that computer is actually storing the data. जो भी computer है, that is storing the data. The task of the computer is to store the data, right? Store information. Okay, and you can see that there are different types of information, right? So the different types of information we are having, okay, so computer's task is to store the information, and we are actually having different types of information. Okay, the different types of information are, so some can be numbers, right? It can be 23. I want to store, maybe I want to store the details of the students. I want to actually store the details of the students. Maybe so students are there, right? So students की जो different information है, right? Students can have different types of information. For example, the student can have an information roll number, right? So 2018, maybe 517. Okay. So maybe this is the admission number that they're having, any admission number. Okay. And apart from this, so this is a number, right? This is a number. Okay. Students can also have the percentage, the CGPA, maybe they're having, they can have 7.3. So this is a decimal value, right? This is a decimal value. And this is basically a pointer types, right? Students can also have the name part. Of course, students will have the name. Okay. And yeah, so students can have of type string also, right? So they can have the name part, right? Okay, they can have the name part, and what all parameters they can have: float, double, and boolean. Okay, so they can have something true or false also. Okay, they can have true or false also. Maybe true or false can be that if he is present in the class or not, right? So there could be a value, there could be a table is present. So which is telling that whether he is present in the class or not, is present, yes or no, right? So these are the different types of information, right? And this different type of information, the same data type cannot store this, right? So depending on the different types of information, right? Depending on the different types of information, we have different data types. In informations को store करने के लिए, we have different data types. Okay. We have different data types, and these data types are different type of things which are storing the information, right? Data types are used for different type of, they are actually used for storing the information. That is what data types are used for. Okay. 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 We'll discuss all of them, right? Okay. I see a lot of comments. Okay. It's not like I don't see the comments. I see the comments, but and it's like let's then proper time comes and then we'll be using them. Okay. So these are the data types. Okay. Now the next thing I want you to understand is that, okay, इनको store करने के लिए, okay, there should be something called variables. Okay, let's write down the definition. It's very important, okay, that you actually start making a notes. Okay, let's try to be very systematic. Let's try to be very disciplined from today. I will make proper notes. I will try to attend all the classes. I will be attentive in the class. I will try to give my full attention. I know this all sounds like a hypothetical scenario, but this all things will be required in case you are aspiring for a 10 lakhs job, right? This will require time, right? Okay. And yeah, okay. So variables, so we are having these variables, okay. The variables are the, okay. So what are actually variables? Okay. Variables are kind of containers, okay. Variables are containers. Variables are containers. ये containers हैं. They're kind of containers that will actually store this. That will actually store this information. Okay. See. So I will just discuss how the computer looks like. Okay. I'm sure you might have heard the word RAM, ROM, memory, all these things, right? आपने memory सुना होगा computer में. In computer we are storing the information in memory. So memory is in the form of blocks. Okay. Memory is in the form of blocks. So this is the blocks that I'm having. Right? Computer is divided into memory, and memory is actually having blocks, lot of blocks. Okay. Computer is having a lot of memory. Okay. So suppose I am storing the information here. यहाँ पर मैं कुछ information store कर रहा हूँ. Maybe I'm storing maybe anything, right? So this is the actual memory. This is the actual memory of the computer in which I'll be storing the information. So ये आती है memory. Correct. This is the memory part. And in this memory part, I am actually storing the information, correct? So the next thing I want you to discuss, okay, and the next thing I want you to discuss is that in this memory, okay, in this memory part, okay, we can store the values, right? Maybe I'm just storing the value, maybe 21, right? I'm storing the value. अब इस 21 को memory में denote करने के लिए ध्यान से समझना, just in order to denote this memory, okay, this value, we are keeping this variable, right? Let's understand in this way, right? Don't understand this way. Okay. 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 So let's understand in this way. What are variables? Okay. Variables are containers. Let's understand in this way. Okay. So what I really mean by variables? So variables are containers. They are containers, right? They are kind of boxes. Okay. They are boxes. They are kind of containers. They are kind of boxes in which we can store the values. Simply, they are kind of these blocks. Okay. They are kind of these blocks only. Okay. ये blocks होते हैं. इन blocks को नाम variables कहते हैं. And these variables can store information. These are the boxes or maybe containers, and these boxes can actually store information. These boxes can store information. That is what is the idea is. Okay. Okay. And these boxes, see, so there is a different type of data, right? Different type के data हैं. तो उनके लिए variables different type के होंगे, right? See, okay, try to understand in this way. Since the information that I'm having, okay, the information that I'm having is of different types, right? The information that I'm actually having is of different types. See, some places I'm having the integer number, I am having the decimal, right? तो मेरे पास ये string है, like this is actually called a string. This is called a string in Java, okay? And maybe I am having true false information. So different types of information के लिए we have different data types, right? ये different types of information है. So this information can be stored in different data types. Okay. ये information different data types में जाएगी. This can actually go in different data types. Simple. This information can go in different data types, and on data types को, and the names that I will really keep. I'll just show you. Okay. The names I will really keep. किसका क्या मतलब है? इसमें मैं क्या रखूंगा? Right. इसमें मैं क्या रखूंगा? That is what it is used as. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Okay. So I will just name them. Okay. So integer roll number is equals to 10, right? So now this integer is the data type. Okay. See, this integer is the data type. ये integer data type है, which is telling कि जो data आएगा वो किस type का है. The data which will actually come is of type integer. Okay. And this is the variable name. This is the variable name. कि मैं इसको I will denote this with this variable name, right? This is the variable name. Okay. This is the variable name that I will actually denote this with this variable name. Okay. The variable name I'm using is roll number. Okay. And this is the value. Right? This is that third part is the value part. Three important components: data type, कि किस type का data है. That is also important. सेकेंड पार्ट इज द वेरिएबल नेम, ठीक है, वेरिएबल नेमिंग, कि आई विल स्टोर दैट इंफॉर्मेशन इन व्हाट वेरिएबल नेम, उस इंफॉर्मेशन को मैं कैसे स्टोर कर सकता हूँ, राइट। एंड द थर्ड पार्ट इज द वैल्यू, कि उसकी वैल्यू क्या होगी, राइट, व्हाट इज द वैल्यू पार्ट, ओके। Okay, so I can also do it in this way. Okay, so first just I'm defining the variables. Okay, so there are two parts to this, right? I could have done this separately also. I could have done this separately. Okay, so this is I'm defining this. I'm defining this. So this is the declaration. This part is called declaration. Declaration मतलब मैंने एक वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर कर दिया कि there is this variable of type integer which will store the integer values, right? So एक वेरिएबल ऐसा एग्जिस्ट करता है जो इंटीजर वैल्यूज को स्टोर करेगा, ठीक है। अब इस वेरिएबल में मैं assign, I will assign the values, right? Yeah, in that variable I will assign the values part. Okay, I will actually assign the values. What are the values part? See, ठीक है, roll number is assigned a value as 10. इस रोल नंबर को मैंने एक वैल्यू दे दी 10, ठीक है। I have actually assigned a value 10 to the roll number. Simple. Okay. So this is called the assignment part. Think of it in this way, that the box that I've defined, right? The box that I've defined, and the box name was roll number. Okay. Box name was roll number. Inside that, so this is the declaration part. Okay. This is the declaration part. I've simply declared that box. I have told a box is coming, a box is coming. Okay. मैंने एक alarm declare कर दिया कि box आने वाला है. Okay. And now I need to put in some value also. I need to put in some value, right? I need to actually put in some value that yes, this is the value part I am having, right? उसमें कुछ value assign करी है मैंने. The value that I'm really putting is variable 10. Okay. This is the value part that I'm really putting in this variable. Correct. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Now I could have re-put some other value also. मैं इसमें value change भी कर सकता हूँ in this box. I want to change the value. I can also change the value I want, right? I want the roll number is changed, right? Roll number आपको कल का बदल जाए. You don't want to keep the value 10. You can change the value. So now the new value you can also initialize. Okay. Right. Okay. Is the language part? I think I am trying to cover it in English only. Don't worry the language part. Okay. This is definitely in English. Please don't spam time and again. Okay. I will try to explain, Sanjay. Don't worry. Okay. The language part, please don't spam time and again. Okay. Okay. Correct. Yeah. The language part will be English. Trust me. Okay. So this has been going so far good in English. Please try to be little cooperative. Okay. Yeah. Yes, we'll discuss that, Balaji. We'll discuss that. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So these are the variables that I'm really having. Okay. We are just having the variables. So variables को मैंने define करा कि ये box मैंने define करा. We'll continue spending good amount of time on variables. Don't worry. In case you have missed that. Okay. Don't worry. So variables को मैंने declare करा. That is the first part. And second, yes, the variable is the roll number, right? Right. Okay. Okay. And the variable part can also be updated, right? Roll number is equals to set to another value 20. So that means that is again assignment, that is updation. Okay. Earlier the variable roll number was 10. Okay. If I try to print the roll number, I can also print the variable system.out.println. Okay. System.out.println. I can print this variable roll number also, right? In this case, I don't need to use a C. Now I don't need to use that double brackets. Double quotes are not required. Okay. Just the variable name is good, right? Just the variable name is something required. Just the variable name is good. Just the variable name. कि आपको कुछ variable की value print करनी है. You are just simply printing that. Okay. That is the idea. Okay. Correct. Okay. Okay. So, okay. is try to be little more attentive. Okay, this is not a very difficult concept. You will understand this. Just give me some 2 minutes and you will understand this. Okay, I'll just quickly try to re-explain that. What are we trying to do? See, we are defining the variables. Okay, we are defining the variables. Okay, and variables are what? Variables are kind of containers which can store the values. Okay, and we can have values of different types. I can have integer, I can have double, I can have float, long, strings, right? Different type के values हैं, right? Just in this case we have seen. तो इनको cater करने के लिए we have different data types to store different types of information, different types of data. We have something called data types, okay? And this is what I am defining. This is the syntax part कि मेरे को एक integer box define करना है, right? I'm defining a box whose name is of whose type is of integer, right? Okay, right. Okay. So when I am so see, I can declare this value, okay, and yeah, so I am assigning this value, okay. Double quotes are only used, okay. Double quotes are only used when I have to print a message, okay. When I have to print a message or basically print a string, right? So basically, when I have to print a string, that is when double quotes are used, right? In this case, you could see double quotes are used when we are trying to print a string, okay? And then I am actually using the, in case you want to use the variables, okay? You want to declare, आपको variables को print करवाना है, आपको कुछ data store करवाया है, आपने variables print करवाने हैं, you can simply use the variable names, right? Whatever the variable names that you have kept, okay, roll number, name, whatever, right? Double, float, mark, score, everything. The variable names can only be used as it is. Variable names का purpose ही ये है. The purpose of this variable names are that you actually try to use this, reuse this, right? Okay. String अभी chill करो, okay? String, don't worry. String is also type of data type. String is also a data type. String is also a data type. String is also a data type, right? जैसे जब आप सिंटैक्स लिखते हो, आपने कुछ बढ़िया सिंटैक्स सिंटैक्स सेंटेंस लिख दिया, आपने कुछ मैसेज प्रिंट करना है, यू वांट टू प्रिंट सेंटेंस, दैट सेंटेंस कैन बी प्रिंटेड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ that sentence can be printed in the form of what to say, that sentence can actually be printed in the form of strings. Yes, correct. Okay, definitely correct. Okay, तो मैंने वेरिएबल डिफाइन कर दिया and I am changing its value. See, what am I doing? I am changing the value to 20, right? I'm changing the value. I'm changing. I'll show you what is the now the value system.out.println, system.out.println, the roll number. Right? I'm just simply changing the value and I'll just so see. See. Okay. See, now you could see that since there were two print statements, there were actually three print statements. तो जो कोड है वो लाइन बाय लाइन चलता है. जो कोड है, the code gets printed line by line. The code actually gets printed line by line. See, and also this is called a comments. Okay, the code gets executed line by line. Whatever the code is there, the code gets executed. The code gets executed line by line. Right? The code is actually executed line by line, and it is not like in a continuous manner, line by line. जो चीज ऊपर लिखी हुई that will come first. Okay, जो चीज नीचे लिखी हुई that will come after that. Okay, simple. So what is the first line? It will start from line number 14. Okay, line, it's written from line number 14. Okay, it is written from line number 14, correct? And yeah, so line number 14 is this print statement. Just 1 second, just one second. Yeah, hello. मैं class में बात करता हूँ. Yeah, okay. So what we are simply having, is this a simple print statement. Okay, so what we're having is print statement, and this is printing this. Okay, the print कर दिया, first line print होगी. Okay, now I am declaring a variable. So this is called a comment. This thing is called a comment. Okay, so comment is something that is comment is something that this is a comment, like you all are doing in the chat section. Comments. This is ignored by the compiler. Okay, ignored by the software. Ignored by the compiler. कि जो भी कंपाइलर है वो उसको इग्नोर कर सकता है, कंपाइलर उसको उस कमेंट्स को, राइट? द कमेंट्स आर देयर दैट आर एक्चुअली इग्नोर्ड बाय द कंपाइलर, सिंपल, राइट? दे आर द कमेंट्स। तो ये जो in case आपको कुछ भी लिखना है and you want the compiler to ignore it, you just simply use a double forward slash, right? This line, I hope you are making notes also, right? Please make good notes. Line will be ignored by the compiler. तो जो भी compiler है, this line will be ignored by the compiler part, and yeah, जो भी after that in that line, whatever you write, if you use the double forward slashes, you can use the comments part, and yeah, this will be compiled. Okay, correct. Okay, sounds good. In the next line, I have declared this. In the next line, I have declared this integer roll number. So there is this variable that is named as roll number. So there is this variable roll number that is being declared, and this variable will only store of integer information. This will store integer information. Integer information is this what variable will store. Integer type की information store करेगा variable, right? The variable roll number will actually store information of integer type, right? The variable roll number will actually try to store the integer information, correct? Yeah. Okay. Now I am assigning the values. उसकी value assign कर दी मैंने. I have assigned the value कि roll number की value आएगी 10. तो इस box में आ जाएगा 10. Okay, this line will again become ignored by the compiler. So this is I am trying to print the roll number value कि जो roll number की value है, I am passing here the variable name. See, I am ignoring this फालतू चीजें. See, so I'll just ignore this also. I'll just delete this just a second. Okay. So see, so in this particular thing, I try to pass the variables. Right? यहाँ पर आएगा variable name. कि जो भी variable का नाम है, that will come here. I want to print the variable value. I am actually passing here the variable name. Right? I am simply passing here the variable name that yes, this is the variable name I really want. Okay, correct. Yeah. Aditya, please don't force me to remove you. I don't want to do this, but you are forcing me to do this. And honestly, guys, I have seen people, ऐसे लोगों का होता कुछ नहीं जिंदगी में आगे जाके. सच्ची बता रहा हूँ, कुछ भी नहीं होता. Please don't spam the chat section फालतू. मतलब there is ऐसे लोगों का सच्ची में कुछ नहीं होता आगे जाके, never. And I don't want to do this. Please don't force me. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, okay, right. Gone. So now this is how we are actually trying to print the variable's name. Okay. See, full code is not visible. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, don't worry. Okay. तो वेरिएबल की वैल्यू है, वेरिएबल की वैल्यू जो मैंने इसमें असाइन कर रखा है, दिस द वैल्यू दैट आई हैव रियली असाइंड टू द वेरिएबल, दैट इज 10. इसकी वैल्यू मैंने जब 10 असाइन कर रखी है, नाउ आई एम प्रिंटिंग दैट वैल्यू, दैट प्रिंट 10. दिस इज वेयर द 10 इज बीइंग प्रिंटेड. ओके, and now I am changing this value. The value was initially having the value 10, and now I am just changing the value. So the value is being changed. Okay, the value is being changed, correct? This value, when I'm actually changing the value, correct? Okay, when I'm actually changing the value, so this value, new value is set to 20. The new value that I'm setting up value, इस value को मैं 20 set कर रहा हूँ, तो यहाँ पर आ जाएगा 10 की जगह. Instead of this 10, here the value will actually come as 20. The value that will come here, that is 20. A second. The value that will really come is 20. So if I try to print this roll number, if I really try to print this roll number, now what will come is 20. So ये सब line by line आ रहे हैं, right? So I think you guys are clear in the doubt session. In case you are using the system.out.println, it will try to print in the next line. But अगर मैं यहाँ पर print use करता, सिर्फ print use करता, system.out.print, then it would have printed in the same line. Right? Let's run this. See, right? Okay. Okay. Right. It is not difficult, guys. I think that it is mostly like in the mental state कि हमारे mentally ये ज़्यादा चीज आ जाती है कि coding is difficult. It is not difficult. Okay. अगर आपने सोच लिया है कि आपको नहीं समझ आ रहा है, तो then you will not get it. Okay. In case that is already there in your mind कि मेरे को नहीं समझ आ रहा है, मेरे बस का नहीं है, then you can any day drop off. But in case you have come here, आप तो कोशिश give your 100%, okay? I will make sure that you actually understand, right? Okay. And please try to attend it regularly. That is the second thing. ऐसे काफी क्वेश्चन मिस हो जाते हैं. Okay. Yes. Okay. And in case you're not getting me, please try to re-watch the recordings. Okay. बारी बारी सुनना, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. This thing is okay. See, so now try to see this 10-20 minutes. Okay. So initially the value of the roll number was having a value 10, right? Initially the value, this was having a value 10. Okay. This thing was having a value 10. And I am trying to print this value 10, right? So मैंने value 10 print कर ली. I have actually printed this value 10. Okay. Simple. Correct. तो मैंने value print कर ली. And since I am not using here print ln, I am only using here print, right? So इसके बाद after this line, it is not breaking a line, right? It is not. So 10 is being printed, correct? And when I am assigning the value in the next print statement, I am simply using 20, right? So 20 यहाँ पर क्योंकि next line नहीं आई, right? This is the same line. So 20 will be printed here only, right? Because this is simply print. Okay, this is simply print. And this is not print ln. This thing is not print ln. This is not print ln. So that means no line break. So what will the print ln? Print ln will make sure that it comes in the next line. Okay. And print ln, print means it will print in the same line. Okay. That is a difference of print and print ln. Okay. That is idea. All right. Okay. That is idea. Okay. Let's try to understand this. Okay. Let's try to understand this. Let's try to understand this with the help of example. Okay. And let's try to understand this with the help of example. And yeah. Now I will try to explain that what is print and print ln. Print and print ln को हम लोग वापस करेंगे. Okay. Let's try to understand this print and print ln. Okay. So maybe let's try to, I'll just try to erase this. Let's understand the print and print ln first quickly. I'm not sure if you guys have understood this, but yeah. इसको एक बार वापस देख लेते हैं. Right. Yeah. So now let's try to understand this. And if you want to print, there is one more very interesting thing. Okay, one very interesting thing, that is you guys are also having the compiler, right? I understand that at this point of time you guys are having a lot of queries, a lot of things are there. Okay, instead of you asking me कि क्या ऐसा चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा, let's try yourself. You should also try yourself कि मैं ये चीज करके देखता हूँ. So whatever the doubts that you're having in your mind, okay, you try them, you write the code and then try कि क्या मैं कर पाऊंगा. So if that works, then that's good, that's amazing. Okay, तो वो आपको कॉन्फिडेंस, अलग लेवल ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस देगा. एट दिस पॉइंट इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप उसको, आप कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड करो कि यस, इफ तुषार इज राइटिंग द कोड एंड देन आई शुड आल्सो बी एबल टू राइट दैट कोड. दैट कॉन्फिडेंस शुड कम, राइट? So you try writing the code on your own to some extent and you will start having that confidence part, right? You try writing the code to some extent and yeah, you will get it confidence, right? So I think as of now you can use this compiler for practice purpose. I'll just reshare that. So sorry, control Z. Yeah. So you can use this compiler for practicing whatever the doubts that you're coming in your mind, okay? And you are not very clear, and I would strongly recommend, okay, everybody please join from the laptop. That is the most important requirement. Up laptop se join kijiye, it's the first requirement. And also I am teaching on this side, you also try writing it on the other side. In one tab you've opened this session, this Zoom session, and in the other tab your compiler should be open where you're practicing it side by side. आप खुद चला के देख रहे हो. You are not believing कि तुषार की स्क्रीन पे चल रहा है, then that should work. Okay. Yeah, you can try writing maybe, right? Okay. Yeah. You can try writing on the compiler and then later on you can make notes from that. Okay. Yes. Uh, everything that you want to, you're having doubts, try something. Kuch na kuch try karo. You will get solutions. Okay. Internet is there. Let's try to make it a little more interactive class. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys have seen in Stanford what happens in Harvard, like big universities. So students go inside the classes and they try to code it along with the professor, right? So I mean, let's try doing it on almost on a similar way. Okay, it's not like a one-on-one class. It's like us all coding together. हम लोग 500 लोग भी 500 people are actually coding. So that is the kind of feel I want to give you guys. That you can also try coding it alongside. ये सब चीजें हैं. Right? Okay. Please try it. Right? Okay. So now I want to show you what is the difference between, so we are doing the difference between print ln and print. What is the difference between print ln and print? So there are two things, right? If I do this system.out.println, S will always be capital in system.out.println. Bracket, this is a check. So I am having this another line, Control C. Maybe Tushar. This is Tushar. And yeah, this is teaching. Okay. Okay. So if I simply try to print this, let's see what is the print statement it's going on. Okay. So let's see how it works. So if I'm trying to use the print ln for both of them, मैं दोनों के लिए print ln कर रहा हूँ. See. So what is this doing? Print ln is kind of combination of two things. Print ln is basically a combination of two things, that I print the statement, okay, that I actually try to print a statement. That is the first thing. So print ln means what? Print ln means that I try to print the statement. That's print ln means two things. I try to print the statement. Okay, this is doing the print, is doing the print statement. Okay, so इसने print statement को दे तो sharp, and then it has ln means what? Ln means line, next line, right? So ln stands for next line kind of thing, right? Next line. कि वो जो cursor है, the cursor, whatever the cursor is there, that goes to the next line. The cursor that goes to the next line, that is the idea. Okay. And when I try to print here, okay, when I try to print here teaching, since the cursor is here, it will try to print the teaching part. उसने teaching को print कर दिया, and again because of this ln, okay, because of this ln part, because of this ln, again this will go in the next line. This will again go in the next line. Right? This will again go in the next line. Again go in the next line. Okay, जो cursor है that will go again here. So even if I try to print here, अब मैं यहाँ पर print ln दो चीजें करता है. एक तो it tries to print whatever the things we want to print, and it tries to take it to the next line, right? ln means new line में वो कर देता है. It tries to go to the next line. That is the next thing it does, right? Simple. So that is the two things that it is simply doing. Okay. The first it is doing, it's trying to print something. Okay. And the second thing that it does is that it tries to make sure that the cursor goes inside the new line, right? Cursor is not in the same line, rather the cursor simply goes in the new line. That is the idea. Correct? Okay. That is the idea, right? Now I try to understand this. Okay. Let's try to redo this. Okay. Let's try to redo this and okay, now let me, so I want to ask you this question. Okay, even if I try to print here something, I simply try to do print. Okay, system.out.print, system.out.print, and I'm printing something, teaching and DSA. Okay, the DSA will also come in next line, right? DSA will also come in next line because the cursor is in the third line, right? The cursor is actually in the third line. That is what DSA is used for. Aditya, it's a humble request. Please don't use this. I know all these things you're doing, but try to understand everything has a proper time and a place to do. Okay, everything has a proper time and place to do. Please don't spam the group time and again. it does not sound good to me also that I try to do this again and again. I want you to learn. I want you to become a software developer. I want you to be more successful, much more than this. So please try to listen to the class you are having, asking doubts. I will be more than happy to answer them, but please don't do this, right? Okay, it's not wrong, but please, I think everything has a proper time and place. Right? Okay. Okay. Now, ignore this like you're okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Now try to understand this. Okay. See, try to understand. I'll just quickly try to repeat. What is the system.out print ln doing? Print ln क्या कर रहा है? ध्यान से समझना. जो इसका print है, print is simply trying to print whatever is done, and ln tries to bring the cursor in the next line. Write this thing. ln क्या करता है? Bring the cursor, जो भी cursor है, in the new line. Bring the cursor in the new line. Right? कि जो भी cursor है, that is ln is actually trying to bring that cursor in the new line. That is what ln is actually doing, right? Correct? Okay. ठीक है. Okay. ठीक है. So I will do all this. Okay. तो अब मैं now this is what I will ask you guys. Okay. So see, just quick recap. मैंने print ln लिखा तो तुषार इसने print करा और cursor got into the next line. This is where the cursor actually got it, right? This is where the cursor is gone in. Okay, right, correct. Then I am trying to print the teaching part. Teaching part is being printed and the cursor again goes into the next line. तो cursor आ जाता है यहाँ पर. When I try to print this DSA, let's run this code. Let's run this piece of code and see how it is working. Okay. Okay, so this is the output, right? You could see that the cursor was in the third line and that is why it got inside the print. But यहाँ पर print ही है. That means the cursor is still here. What does this mean? That this all means that cursor is still at this point. The cursor is actually here because this is only a print. This is only a print statement and this is not an ln. This is simply print statement and not an ln. So matlab that is not got inside the next line, right? So yeah, just a second. Correct. Okay, perfect. So I will give you, let's ask this. Okay, let's ask this and okay. So yeah. So I'll ask you questions. Okay, I'll ask you questions. Okay, and with the examples you will understand. So maybe let's rock as line 1 and print. Okay, so this is the line. Can you guys tell me what will be the output? अगर वो अलग line में है, whatever the output will be, just try to print in that manner. Show me what will be the output. Focus, आराम से सोचो. Take 2 minutes. Don't do it wrong. Don't do it in hurry. But tell me the output. What will be the output? Yes, what will be the exact output, guys? Just simply focus, think, take time, and then let me out. Tell me out. Everybody, guys, try this. Try करो. अगर आपको नहीं समझ आ रहा है, you're not really confident, run करके देखो. Try copying the same code in your compiler, run, make some changes and then run. Right? Coding is all about trying new things, experimenting with stuff and playing with it, right? It's all about coding. That is why it's fun. Meanwhile, I'll get some more water. Okay, I could see a lot of you guys are having almost correct answers. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, everybody's got it correct. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 Yes. सही है ना? सही है. Very well. Almost everybody is clear. Good, good, perfect. Super excited. Super excited, guys. Same. Okay, let's continue ahead. Now I want you guys to understand the next thing. Just one more doubt. One more time I want to test you guys. And I think almost people are clear. People are feeling confident. Coding with integer. क्या पूछ रहे हो आप? Samdan, not got your question. Samriddhi, not got your question. Okay, I could see a lot of you guys are definitely little bit things are unclear. That's fine. Okay, that's absolutely fine. So try to don't worry. Okay, and yeah, you can ask. Okay. This is the difference between print and println. Which I try to rewatch the recording part. Okay. Println क्या करता है? Println actually tries to move the cursor in the next line, and print statement is simply trying to print that statement. Okay, that is the idea. Okay. Okay. So now just one more little changes. I will just make some changes and. Yes, these now tell me now the problem is very difficult. Let's simplify this. Okay. Yes, now the problem is a little tricky. Now tell me the answers. What are the answers? Println, whatever I'm not sure what I have done. Now let's see who gives the correct answer. What is the question, Samriddhi? I'm not able to get the question. Please tell me the coding variable once. So variables are actually containers. Variables are actually containers which are storing different type of information. We are having different types of data, right? Integer is there, double is there, float, long, strings. So these are the different types of data we are actually having, right, Samriddhi? And for those variables, उनको एक container में रखने के लिए उस container का नाम is variable, ठीक है? So that I can refer it. Wrong. Lot of you guys are telling this wrong answers, guys. I could see not very much correct answers. Disappointed. Perfect. Almost people are correct, but yeah, still people are doing it wrong. Let's run this, maybe. Let's run this. Still, I'll give you 2 minutes. Let's please try. Try running it on your part. Okay, let's see. Good. Sounds good. Okay, perfect. Let me run this. Let's run this. Okay. There's a semicolon missing. Please try to make sure the syntax is proper. The syntax has to be strictly followed, otherwise it will always throw an error, right? So make sure that we write proper syntax. Okay, let's see. Perfect, right? So let's see. So you could see that. So I'll just try to quickly re-explain things. Okay. So in the first line, I have printed this. Hum puri mehnat karenge, right? So this complete line is printed in the first 2 lines. But since this is a print ln, the cursor will go in the next line, right? The printing cursor would have gone here. It would have broken the line. It would have changed the line. In the next, it is only a print statement. It is only a print statement. It is trying to print effort karenge. but the cursor is not changed. The cursor is not changed because it's not a new line, right? So the cursor will not get changed. It is okay, or मतलब or print हो गया, but the cursor will still not get changed, right? और मजे करेंगे लाइफ में is fine, okay. And after this line the cursor will print change, right? क्योंकि लास्ट लाइन के बाद प्रिंट एलन है, तो ये पहले प्रिंट करता है, फर्स्ट इट प्रिंट्स एंड आफ्टर इट रियली प्रिंट्स, then it tries to convert into a new line, right? After it is printing that, then it tries to convert into the new line. That is the idea. That is the whole idea of the print. I hope now majority of the people are clear when to print and when not. Almost clear. Okay. Okay. Now let's quickly try to understand the variables concepts back. The variables concept that we were declaring. Okay. Let's quickly try to understand the variables. So variables are the information you can store. I am declaring a variable integer a. You can also assign it simultaneously. आप उसको assign भी कर सकते हो. Integer a is 10. Okay. Integer b is 20. Okay. And also variables का sum भी कर सकते हो. You can play around with those numbers. You can play around with those variables. Whatever the variables you are having, you can actually play around with those variables, right? Simple. उन variables के साथ आप play कर सकते हो. Simple, right? And yeah. Okay, so I am trying to print integer sum. Okay, integer sum of sum is equals to a plus b. So a plus b, and I'll try to print system.out.print ln a plus a sum. System.out.print ln a minus b. System.out.print ln a into b. System.out.print ln b divided by a. Now try to understand this. So देखो, मैंने इसमें दो चीजें कर दिया. There are two important things that I've actually done. So these are the values that I'm storing. Right? So there are two containers. Okay. तो मैंने दो containers बना लिया. There are actually two containers. The one of the containers name is A, and the second container is B. Right. I'll just make sure they're all in the same line. Okay. So this A is having a value 10, and B variable is having a value 20. Variables क्या होते हैं? They're containers that are actually helping to store the information. The variable A is having a value 10 and the variable B is having a value 20, right? The variable B is having a value 20 and variable A is having a value 10, correct? So now what will happen? अब मैंने एक तीसरा variable define करा. मैंने एक variable और define कर दिया integer sum, और उसमें क्या value होनी चाहिए? What should be the value? So if you try to kind of realize, guys, we are trying to make a calculator somehow. हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? हम लोग कैलकुलेटर बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. We are actually trying to make a calculator. This is a very basic version of calculator. You can put any values you want, right? You can put any values of a and b you want, and you will get those values: a plus b, a minus b, a multiplied by b, a divided by b. So बिल्कुल calculator वाली चीज है. This is very similar to a calculator, right? Okay. So what is happening? I am trying to print the sum value, the sum of a and b, that is having a value 30. The sum of a and b is 30, right? I am simply trying to print that value. The sum of these values, a and b, should come in a new variable 30, right? The sum should come in a new variable 30. एक नया variable define करा which will having the sum of these values 30, okay, right? Okay. Also इसमें देखो, मैंने इसमें एक अलग वेरिएबल नहीं डिफाइन करा, बस उसी में लिख दिया, राइट? आई हैव जस्ट सिंपली रिटन इन दैट थिंग ओनली कि a माइनस b जो भी वैल्यू आएगी, देखो मैंने देखो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. वेरिएबल्स आर काइंड ऑफ जर्नल, आई विल से वेरिएबल्स आर काइंड ऑफ जर्नल, व्हाट टू से, या जर्नल वेरिएबल्स ही होते हैं व्हिच कैन हैव डिफरेंट वैल्यूज, राइट? आपको डिफरेंट ऑपरेशंस ट्राई करने हैं. Variables can simply have the different values, right? Close the bracket. कहाँ पर? Line number? Which line number? Right. Okay. Last. Okay, I think it's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Yes. If we don't define a value, okay, if we don't actually define a value, by default the values are zero. Okay, or maybe sometimes by default the values are zero, and otherwise the by default the values are sometimes maybe any random value can also be there, right? So अगर मैंने कुछ value नहीं define करी, either the by default the values are zero, or it is some random value, any random value, कुछ भी random value हो सकती है, very large value, very small value, but a random value can also be initialized, जो उसमें कभी पहले पड़ी होगी उस बॉक्स में, उस मेमोरी एड्रेस पे जो पहली वैल्यू पड़ी होगी, that can also be part of that. Okay, we are not putting the double quotes, try to understand. Okay, we are not actually putting the double quotes, and the reason for this is that because since we're not putting the double quotes, okay, not putting the double quotes because we are dealing with variables. Double quotes तब आते हैं जब मैंने एक मैसेज प्रिंट करना हो. Double quotes are only used when I am trying to print a message. Okay, and this is here I am not trying to print a message, right? Double quotes are actually used only when I am trying to print a message. Okay, and yeah, that is the idea. Yes, double quotes are yes, double quotes are used to yes, because we are not to print a message. This is also something I really love about the community. Okay, that in community what happens with time, people start helping each other. Okay, so I'm not sure if you yes, Aditya, coding is not difficult, and if you will try you will definitely get it. Okay, otherwise नहीं करने के तो बहुत सारे reason हो सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो you can choose, आपको नहीं करना है, feel free to, you can drop off. All the best. Okay, yeah. Plus sign in SOP, yeah, we'll discuss on the plus sign, don't worry. Okay, okay, that is the idea. Now try to understand. Okay, see how to assign values. Exactly. We will rock, definitely we will rock. Okay, so this is all a part of the syntax. Okay, everything is a part of a syntax part, and yeah. Okay, now try to understand this. Okay, now try to understand this, the next thing. Okay, is try to please whatever the doubts you're having. Okay, it's very difficult for me to address every doubt. I'm trying to address most of the doubts, but they definitely will get skipped. Okay, please don't try to respam time and again, that will not make sense. Okay, try to focus more. I'm teaching in class, try to copy this code, try to take this code as it is. I'm sure you are doing some mistake, try to copy this code and print in your terminal. You will be able to do this. Okay, so this is the code. Okay, please try to copy it and you can try printing it. Okay, now the next thing I want you guys to understand is that there are two things. Okay, see, so isme Java mein division is very cool. Okay, the division in Java is very cool. Okay, so what happens? Okay, what happens? See, if so there is something called two things, right? So A divided by B. Okay, so if I simply divide 21 by 5, and I get maybe, right, I get the quotient. I think back in class 6, 7, 5, 6, you might have done quotient remainder, same concept. 1 is the remainder, right? 4 is the quotient, 1 is the remainder. तो अगर आप simply divide use करते हो, okay, if you are simply dividing that, you only get the quotient part. So division operator, this division operator only gives you the quotient. It simply gives you the quotient part only, gives you the quotient part. कि जो भी quotient है, जो भी quotient part है, the division part, the slash part is only giving you the quotient. It will ignore the remainder, right? So if I do this 20 by 10, okay, only 4 will be given, right? Only 4 will be given. If I do 10 by 20, 10 by 20 will give me only 0, right? Because 0 is the quotient, right? So 10 by 20 will only give you TIENT. So 10 by 20 will only give me 0 because 0 is the quotient part. Okay. And slash gives me the quotient. अगर मेरे को remainder चाहिए, right? अगर remainder चाहिए, if I really get this remainder part, in that case, I will be using the modulo. Okay. If I do 21%5, okay, 21%5, this will give me the remainder part. Okay. If I do this 21%5, this will actually give me the remainder part. की जो remainder है, this is to be given by the modulo sign. ठीक है. जो भी modulo है, that is what is given by this, right? Percentage, M%. It is called M%. Yes, we don't really need a variable. Okay. We could have done this with the help of a variable also. मैं इनको variables भी बना सकता था, but variables are not really necessary. I could have made the subtraction also. That is a minus 1, a minus b. We can make variables in case we want, but not necessary. Right? So if I don't want to make variables, I can simply skip that. Okay. Now try to see beautiful. I can use all these things. Okay. So I want to print. So suppose I want to print the message also, and I want to print the sum also. So how I will be doing? See, I will be using the system.out.println. System.out.println. So I will actually be using both of these things. Okay, system.out.println. मेरे को अगर message print करना है, I want to simply print a message. In case I want to simply print a message, so yeah. Samriddhi, in case you guys are not having the code working fine, please share your code in the chat section. I think the community will try to help you resolve the coding part. Okay. आपको code नहीं चल रहा है, put in the doubt session, the Discord session, Discords, and I think the people will try to help each other. So Discord is there. Discord is very active, and we try to help each other doubts. Okay, and try to answer each other doubts. In case your code is not working, please try to copy the code either in the chat section. You can put, first please try to put the complete code in the chat section. People will definitely see how to do this. Oh, okay, and yeah, that is idea. Just a second. Just a second, I'll just go to the chat. Yeah, okay, perfect. So in case you're trying to print something, you want to actually print a message. Okay, so you will be printing the message. The print message will take the sum is. This is the message that you want to print. The sum is, and you want to print the value also. Okay, अगर आपको message print करना है, the message has to be doubly like महफूज type, right? The message is really महफूज, so you will be putting that in double quotes, correct? And now you want to print that sum also, right? And that some variable is right, some variable is kept in the variable sum, right? Sum. तो दोनों चीजें हो सकती हैं, semicolon. So you want to add multiple things. You can add this with the help of plus sign. So this is the variable name that you want printing. Your variable आपने print करा, that is the variable, and this is the message that you want to print, right? This is the actual message that you want to print. The sum is this. This is the message that you want to print, correct? And this is the variable that is actually helping you print the sum, right? तो आपको print करनी है दो चीजें. आपने message print कर दिया, and also you're printing the sum part, right? Simple. See, this is the good part of the community, right? People always try to help each other, and that is always helps them grow. That helps everybody grow. So that's always something very good. See how simple Samriddhi it is. Okay. Always simple, right? Use this, right? Use this as a एक दूसरे की हेल्प करने के लिए यूज करो. एंड या राहुल ट्राई करो. आपको नहीं समझ रहा है, ट्राई करके देखो. मेरे से पूछने की जगह आप ट्राई करके देखो कि आपको लग रहा है, आप ट्राई करके देखो ऐसा कुछ. ओके, ब्रेक. ओके, ब्रेक. ओके, okay, maybe let's do this way. Okay, आपको एक छोटी सी quick, I'll just give you a puzzle to that, and you can have a 10 minutes thought on the puzzle part. That is also fine. Okay, and yeah, that's not a break. Okay, for the people. So there are two. Okay, I'm just giving you a small puzzle to solve. Let's solve a puzzle part also. Okay, एक puzzle try करते हैं. एक puzzle try करते हैं. Those who don't want to solve the puzzle, they can go to the break part. But those who are interested, they can go for the puzzle part. You can go grab some water, खाना वाना खाना कुछ मतलब not खाना, but let's grab something quick, snacks, whatever you want. And yeah, okay. So what is the puzzle? So you are having two rods. Okay, two rods are there, long rods, very long rods. Okay, very long. And what is the okay, you cannot bend them. You cannot bend them. No bending. You cannot measure them. They're very long. You cannot measure them, and you cannot cut them. No folding is allowed. No cutting is allowed. Right. So all these things are not allowed. No cutting is allowed. No folding is allowed. So you have two rods such like that. Okay, and the rods are uniform. Okay, the rods are uniform. Each rod. Okay, each rod takes 1 hour to burn. Right. Okay, each rod actually takes 1 hour to burn. So this rod R1 is there, right? This rod R1 is there, and this rod R2. Both are same rods. Okay. So we are burning this with a candle. So it will take 1 hour to completely burn. Right? It will take 1 hour to burn. Right? Okay. You don't have a watch with you, right? So even I'm not having a watch with myself, so no watch. So you have to burn, and suppose what does this means? Okay, this means that burn method, this rod is made of a wax. This rod is made of wax, and with 1 hour this rod will completely finish, right? So it will take 1 hour to burn. So this is made of a wax rod. Okay, this is kind of a wax rod, right? We have wax statues of people. So this is kind of a wax rod. It will take 1 hour to burn completely. Okay, and it is a uniform rod. That means if I try to put candle on both sides, if I actually try to put candle on both sides, so what will this do? तो दिस विल बर्न इन 30 मिनट्स क्योंकि यूनिफॉर्म रॉड है. ठीक है, अगर मैं एक तरफ से उसको जला रहा हूँ, if I'm simply trying to run it from 1 hour from one side, it will take 1 hour to burn. It will actually take 1 hour to burn. But if I'm trying to burn it from both sides, if I'm actually trying to burn it from both sides, then it will take 30 minutes, right? क्योंकि वो दोनों तरफ से burn हो जाएगी. And this rod is also same, right? If I want to burn it from one side, this will take 1 hour. If I try to burn it from both sides, this will also burn in 30 minutes, right? I need to find out a way. I need to find out a way in which I can measure 45 minutes. I need to find out a way in which I can measure 45 minutes. मेरे को 45 minutes measure करना है. For example, I had to measure 1 hour. Just one example is that. For example, I had to measure 1 hour. Okay. How would I have measured 1 hour? I would have simply burnt one rod. Okay, I would have simply burnt मतलब जलाना एक तरफ से उसको आग लगा देने types. Okay, I would have simply burnt this one rod, and when this rod would have completely been burnt, I would say that 1 hour is over, right? Suppose if I had to measure 1 hour, if I have to measure 1 hour, then what I can see, I will start burning the rod. I will start burn the rod one. Start burn rod one. Start burn rod one. And once the rod one is completely burned, right? The rod one is completely burned. Okay, when the rod one is completely burned, I will try to stop, right? I'll just simply start burning the rod one. And once the rod one is actually completely burned, okay, I will stop that and I will say 1 hour is over, right? Suppose I have to get 2 hours. I have to measure 2 hours. So 2 hours, how would I have measured that? I burn rod one, okay. I burn rod one. And after this rod one is complete, I know after this rod one takes 1 hour to burn. After that, I really start burning rod two. After that, I really start that, yes, I will start burning the rod two. Rod two is something I start burning, right? So they both will combine 2 hours, right? They both will actually combine 2 hours. And yeah, you cannot join the both rods. Okay, you cannot join the both rods. No, not allowed. They're two separate rods. And yeah, okay. So this will measure 2 hours. As like the way we have measured 1 hour, 2 hour, the question is how to measure 45 minutes. How to measure 45 minutes. You can take maybe 5 minutes on that. Okay, you can take 5 minutes to think on that. For the people who don't want to think on that, they're free to have a break. It's a 5 minutes break. And meanwhile, I'll try to answer any quick questions. Okay, So जो puzzles हैं, जो भी puzzles हैं, दो puzzles and try. I'll puzzles हैं, जो भी other doubts are there. Okay. Yes, you can burn the rod simultaneously. Absolutely. You cannot try to understand. Okay. You cannot go for more than, मतलब आपको पता नहीं इसका center कैसा है, right? तो आप ऐसे ही नहीं कर सकते कि 4 rods use कर लिया आपने उसके लिए, that thing is not work, will not. Middle, because they're very long roads, you cannot figure out what is the middle. Okay, that is not allowed. You cannot cut the rods, guys. This is not allowed. See, you cannot bend the rod, you cannot measure the rod, you cannot fold it, you cannot cutting. इसलिए मैंने पहले लिखे हैं. You don't know because they're very long roads, इसलिए आप 3/4 नहीं burn कर सकते. No, that all things not allowed. You can use as many candles as you want. क्या है आंसर? एक तो इतने सारे आंसर आ रहे हैं, पता नहीं लग रहा कौन सा आंसर है सुमन तुम्हारा. No, Som Sundar, your answer is wrong. Gosh. Akash Sharma answer good. Som Sundar answer incorrect. Pinky Punder answer incorrect. You cannot measure when 15 minutes are over, right? So that all things are not allowed. कि after 15 minutes ये कर देंगे, आधे घंटे बाद ये कर देंगे. You cannot measure time, right? आपको time का पता नहीं लगता कि 15 मिनट कब हो जाएंगे. You can't get that. You cannot divide things, right? Simple. You cannot use multiple candles for that, right? रिसॉल्व सोच रहे तो बहुत ही मुश्किल हो गया है, तो जावा से भी मुश्किल हो गया, इससे अच्छा जावा ही कर लेते हैं, है ना रिसॉल्व भाई? जावा से मुश्किल हो गया ना ज्यादा ये. कहाँ है पजल वजल के चक्कर में पजल कर रहे हो? इससे अच्छा लेटर. I'll quickly repeat the question once. I'll just quickly recap the question once, and yeah, this is your homework. Okay, this is something I want you to think on this. Okay, I will not discuss it today. I'll discuss it tomorrow. Okay, and I want you guys to think on that. You can think this is completely optional. ऐसे ही पूछ लिया. This is something asked in good interviews. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you the answer tomorrow. I'll not discuss answer today. No. And yeah. Okay. I want you guys to think on this in case you want to some time on that, so you can think on this. I'll just quickly recap the problem once. So you're having two long rods. You cannot bend the rod. No measuring, no folding, cutting, nothing allowed that. Each rod takes 1 hour to burn. Right? Each rod is made of wax. Each rod is made of wax, and it takes 1 hour to burn. Right? So the rod takes actually 1 hour to burn. Okay, and both rods are same. You need to figure out a way in which you can actually measure 45 minutes. Right? You need to actually figure out a way. आपको एक ऐसा तरीका फिगर आउट करना है in which you can measure 45 minutes. That is the question, right? Okay. You can use as many candles as you want, but you cannot use, right? ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि 3 candles आपने यहाँ रख दी. That's not allowed because you cannot know the center, right? You actually cannot know the center part, so that is why. आप उसका center नहीं figure out कर सकते, तो 3 candles आप नहीं रख सकते. You cannot measure the time also कि 15 मिनट बाद मैं ये कर दूंगा, आधे घंटे बाद ये कर दूंगा. That is also not allowed. ठीक है, आपके पास टाइम नहीं है. टाइम ही तो आपको कैलकुलेट करना है, आपके पास वॉच नहीं है. You cannot fold it. No folding. All this thing not allowed. Right? Durgesh, answer correct. Good. Right. So these things, folding, measuring half, putting into half, ये सब चीजें not allowed, right? Okay. Smart नहीं बनना ज़्यादा. No, this is like just a fun question. Okay. They are asked in high level interviews, maybe in case you're going for Amazon and some big companies, so they can ask you. Okay. वैसे normal companies में नहीं पूछते हैं. Yeah. Okay. So let's back to the problem, guys. Back to the idea. Okay. So we were discussing about variables. So we've discussed about integer variables. Okay. Integer variables. Similar to integer, we have other type of variables also. Okay. अब इस variables की एक range होती है. There is actually a range of these variables. Just give me a second. There is actually a range of these variables. And this range of the variables, okay. कभी-कभी I need long integers. And sometimes I also need long integers, right? So these are standard data types. See, data types also, then long integers. Okay. Then comes float. I would request you guys, please make notes of these. Okay, we are discussing about data types. Let's make notes of these. It's float, and then it's double. Then comes string. Okay. And there comes boolean. Okay, then comes boolean. And then there's character. Yeah, I think, yeah, fine. They're more than that. There's also short and byte also, right? Short and byte too. Then there's something like short and byte also, but not very required. Okay. Short and byte is also okay. Now try to understand. Okay. देखो, एक चीज देखना. One very important thing. Computer can actually store. Okay. Computer can actually store only two pieces of information. This is a little tricky. Okay. I want your 100% reaction on this. Guys, enough of the puzzle part. Please discuss it amongst yourself, and maybe we'll try to discuss the answer tomorrow. Okay. Answer, I'll tell you the tomorrow part. Don't worry. Okay. And yeah, we will not discuss it today. Please think. You can match with tomorrow's answer. Please. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. Okay. So now try to understand. So I told you computer can store only two information, right? Either computer can store a 0 or computer can store a 1, right? Computer can only store either 0 or computer can store a 1. दो इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर कर सकता है, 0 यहाँ स्टोर कर सकता है, 1 स्टोर कर सकता है, 0 स्टोर कर सकता है, 1 स्टोर कर सकता है. So at every bucket, in every bit, okay. So this box is called a bit. This is called a bit, right? This each box is called a bit, and 8 bytes. So there are 1, 2. Okay, so 8 bytes, 8 bits form 1 byte. This is standard convention defined. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? So 1 byte. So this is called 1 byte. Okay. 1 byte, and it can store 8 bits, right? It is either 0, 1. This is 0, 1. This is 0, 1. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, right? 0, 1, 0, 1. तो ऐसे बहुत सारे, मतलब 8, 1 byte can store 8 bits. I'll just quickly recap. So 1 bit means one value, right? That value can be either a 0 or the value can be 1, right? Similarly, 1 byte is a bigger container. 1 byte is a collection of bits, and that can store 8 bits. That can store 8 bits. That can store 8 bits. 1 byte can actually store 8 bits. ठीक है, 1 byte में हमारे पास 8 bits आ सकते हैं, right? This all right. Short है. So there are some other data types also. Short भी होते हैं, double byte भी होता है, but they're not very relevant. I'll discuss about them. Don't worry. Okay. तो 1 byte में 8 bits आ सकते हैं, ठीक है. तो इंटीजर को कितने बाइट्स मिलते हैं? इंटीजर गेट्स 4 बाइट्स, ठीक है. इंटीजर गेट्स 4 बाइट्स, लॉन्ग गेट्स 8 बाइट्स. मतलब इनके पास इतनी मेमोरी रिजर्व हो जाती है, राइट? दिस इज द अमाउंट ऑफ मेमोरी दैट गेट्स रिजर्व्ड. सी, so computer is having a lot of memory. Computer is having a lot of blocks. Try to understand this. Computer is actually having a lot of blocks. बहुत सारे blocks हैं उसके पास, बहुत सारे, right? ठीक है. This computer is actually having a lot of blocks. Okay. Lots and lots of blocks, right? Computers having a lot of blocks. So computer really does not know कि इस, मतलब मेरे पास जो information आने वाली है, the information that I am having, वो कितनी बड़ी होगी, that is not known, right? The information that is yet to come to me, how big that will be, right? that is not sure, right? So what integer does, integer tells that it needs integer is, agar मैं integer लिख दूं, if I simply write the term integer on the data types, it says it reserves, okay, it reserves 4 byte of memory. It actually reserves 4 bytes of memory. This is what computer does. ठीक है, तो कंप्यूटर क्या करता है, कंप्यूटर एक्चुअली रिजर्व्स 4 bytes of memory, integer, okay. तो 4 bytes मतलब what does 4 bytes means? 4 bytes means, and 1 byte is 8 bits, right? 1 byte is 8 bits, तो मतलब टोटल हो गया 32 bits. ठीक है, 4 bytes मतलब 4 into 8, because 1 byte is 8 bits. This is total of 32 bits, right? This is total of 32 bits. So computer can actually store 32 bits of information, right? Computer can store 32 bits of information. Right? Computer can actually store 32 bits of information. ठीक है, तो ये मतलब 32 bits have been reserved. अगर मैं integer लिख दूं, ठीक है, 32 bits have been reserved if I actually write an integer, right? If I simply write something that integer this, and so that means 32 bits of information is being reserved. Simple, right? 32 bits. If I actually simply write integer, that means 32 bits of information is right. Just a second. Yeah, okay. 32 bits of information is being reserved. Okay. बस ये theoretical चीज है. Technically, this is not a very idea, but yeah, this is like a theoretical thing. Okay. Okay. So just quick recap. एक bit का मतलब है, just write this thing. एक bit का मतलब है one value, right? One value. And one value either can be a zero, either the value can be zero or it can be one. हर एक बॉक्स में 2 ही तो वैल्यूज आ सकते हैं. कंप्यूटर को 2 ही वैल्यूज पता लगती हैं, या तो उसको 0 बता दो या 1 बता दो. And one byte is a little bigger version. One byte can actually store 8 bits, right? One byte can actually store 8 bits of information, correct? Okay. Since one byte can store 8 bits of information, and integer, if I simply write integer, so integer means integer can store 4 bytes. Integer can actually store 4 bytes. And also this is something that can come in an interview. ठीक है, तो जब interviews दोगे after this pre-course, you will be going through an interview process. वो interviews में ये सब चीजें पूछेंगे. What is the size of integer 4 bytes? What is 1 bit? What is 1 byte? Okay. And yeah, okay. So all these things are definitely there. Okay. So integer is 4 bytes. Similarly, we have other data types, right? Each of them is having their own data types, right? This is having long. ठीक है, long का मतलब है long is 8 bytes. Long means 8 bytes. Long में बहुत मतलब long variable. जब आपको long data store करना हो, you can use long variables, right? With integer data type, okay, with the integer data type, you can roughly store integer की range होती है. This is a range. I'll just simply tell you approximate range. 2 into 10 minus 2 into 10 raised to power 9 से लेके 2 into 10 raised to power 9. So this is the approximate range in which you can store, right? अगर इस range की values आपको store करनी है, right? So computer is very big, right? अगर आपको इस range की value store करनी है, then I think integer is a good variable, okay? But अगर आपको इससे बड़ी value store करनी है, right? You want to actually store a larger value than this. You want to actually store much more values than this, right? This value is not fine, right? In that case, you will be storing something around 10 raised to power minus 10 raised to power 18 से लेके positive 10 raised to power 18 तक. अगर आपको इतनी बड़ी वैल्यू स्टोर करनी है, then you will be using a long range. देखो, अगर तो 10 raised to power 9 types तक वैल्यू स्टोर करनी है, right? And suppose maybe I'm not sure if a good example. Suppose if you want to store this distance, right? You want to actually store the distance of moon, distance of sun from Earth, right? I'm not sure what is the distance. Distance from sun from Earth is in meters, maybe. I'm not sure, but that is definitely not a small value. I'm not sure the answer, but yeah, that is definitely not a small value. ठीक है? But that is a very large value. या फिर मैंने बहुत 2 digits की multiplication करी, and I am thinking कि जो मेरा आंसर आएगा दैट इज नॉट अ स्मॉल आंसर, दैट इज सिंपली नॉट अ स्मॉल आंसर, कोई छोटी मोटा आंसर नहीं आने वाला, बहुत बड़ा आंसर आने वाला है। इन दैट केस आई एम टेलिंग द कंप्यूटर दैट कंप्यूटर जी 15 करोड़, ओ भाई साहब इतना ज्यादा, करोड़ इज व्हाट 10⁻7 ओनली, तो बहुत थोड़ा हुआ। मे बी सपोज आई वांट टू स्टोर दिस इन मीटर्स, assuming 15 crores meters, then I think that will come 15 into 10⁻10 types, right? इतना डिस्टेंस आएगा, तो दिस इज अ लार्ज डिस्टेंस, माय इंटीजर डेटा टाइप कैन नॉट स्टोर दिस वैल्यू, राइट? 15 करोड़ 1000, सबके अलग अलग वैल्यूज क्यों आ रही है, सबका सबका सन अलग अलग है क्या? लाइट ईयर्स, 93 miles, whatever the distance may be, I'm not sure the distance, but yeah, अलग है सर, सबका अपना 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 सूरज है, सबके अलग अलग रोशनी आती है अपने घर, पर्सनल सूरज रखा हुआ। कुछ भी आंसर आ रहा है, कुछ भी आंसर आ रहा है। मेजरिंग टेप फॉल्ट। ठीक है, हो सकता है मेजरिंग टेप फॉल्ट हो सकता है, पर्सनल सूरज रखा हुआ है आपने अपने अपने हिसाब से, ठीक है, सही है फिर, ठीक है। Okay. So basically, my idea was that yes, that is definitely a large value. That is simply a large value. So you cannot store this value in an integer, right? You need a long data type, right? You actually need a long data type. And that long data type, you can store the information, right? You can store the information in the long data type, correct? And yeah, that is the overall idea. So more or less, it's correct. Distance from the sun, from the earth is correct. Okay. Okay, sounds good, right? So in case you're having a large values, that's when you use the long data type, okay, integer long, okay. And yeah, so इसके अलावा you have something called float, okay. Float is used for decimal values, जो point वाली values होते हैं, for example 3.14, ठीक है, 3.61 ऐसा कुछ, 3.16 ऐसा कुछ, right? So float is also having maybe, can you guys for anybody who is already known, can you tell me what is the difference between float and double? Okay, so can you tell me what is the difference between float and double? इनमें क्या difference है, क्या difference होता है इनमें? Somebody, yes, anybody intelligent guy sitting here, जिसने पहले से सब पढ़ रखा हो, क्या difference होता है? रेंज का तो डिफरेंस, ठीक है, गुड गुड गुड, ओके, साउंड्स गुड, लोग इंटेलिजेंट है, सही बात है, राइट राइट, नाइस, पीपल आर इंटेलिजेंट हियर, साउंड्स गुड, ओके, नाइस, ओके, यस, so same idea that double is of 4 bytes, okay, double is of 4 bytes and this is of 8 bytes, that is definitely true, okay. This ये decimal के बाद, okay, 6 to 7 decimal points, right? It can store 6 to 7 decimal points after the decimal. For example, decimal के बाद में कितनी वैल्यू शुरू, 3.14625 ऐसा कुछ, तो मैं 6 डिजिट, 6 to 7 digits it can store. It can only store 6 or 7 digits after decimal, 6 or 7 digits after the decimal part. This is what it can store, okay, 6 to 7 digits after the decimal part. That's what we can store. And in this case, what we can store is maybe a lot more, right? This can store 15 to 16 decimal places, right? अगर आपको ज्यादा प्रिसीजन स्टोर करने हैं, मे बी यू आर वर्किंग विद माइक्रोस्कोप्स और मे बी यू आर वर्किंग विद ग्राम्स, राइट, मिलीग्राम्स, माइक्रोग्राम्स, अब गोल्ड के साथ काम कर रहे हो, तो आपको बहुत सारी प्रिसीजन चाहिए, राइट? डिपेंड्स ऑन द डिफरेंट डेटा टाइप्स, राइट? फ्लोट 6 डबल 14 14 होती है, आई थिंक 15 16 होती है, या ठीक है, बट यस दैट इज द आइडिया, ठीक है। एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस यू हैव सम अदर्स, you have byte, okay, you have this data type byte that is having 1 byte only, okay, 1 byte, and 1 byte means 2 raised to power 8 and 2 raised to power 8 means कितना हो गया, something around 512 type. अगर आपको बहुत छोटी वैल्यू रखनी है then you can store up to 512 types, -256 से लेके 256 तक, शायद नहीं, 128 -128 से लेके 128, मतलब very small values you want to store. Then comes short is of 2 bytes, okay, and it comes 32,000 से लेके 32768 से लेके 32767, right, 32767. right? So this is the range. These are different range. Technically, this short and byte are not very useful. Okay, short and byte are not very useful. ये सब ज़्यादा काम नहीं आते. And then comes we have discussed about this boolean. Yes, let's discuss about boolean. So boolean is only having two values. Boolean मतलब हाँ या ना होता है. Boolean means either the boolean can keep a true value or the boolean can keep a false value. ठीक है, boolean is only of two. Boolean will contain only two values. या तो कोई चीज ट्रू है या कोई चीज फॉल्स है, राइट? दो ही वैल्यूज आएंगी boolean की, ट्रू और फॉल्स. करेक्ट, राइट, करेक्ट. And apart from this, there is string. Okay, strings एक character होता है. There is something called character also. Okay, character I'll try to discuss in more detail tomorrow. Okay, so characters are there. There is something called characters, and yeah, okay, characters are there. Characters will try to discuss. Okay, एक strings होता है. Okay, strings is something data type. Okay, तो जो ये वाले हैं, they are called the primitive data types. Okay, ठीक है. We'll discuss what is primitive and non-primitive. Okay, so these the things that you see here. Wait a second. See, so whatever you're seeing here, whatever things that you're seeing here, they are the 8 primitive data types. Let me show, make sure that yes. So there are 8 primitive data types. Okay, primitive. This how they're defining is just theory thing. Okay, so we are having 8 primitive data types, and this is what we are having a non-primitive data type, right? This is what we are having a non-primitive data type. So string is one of the non-primitive data types. Okay, ठीक है. तो मैं करेक्टर भी आपको थोड़ा सा बता देता हूँ. करेक्टर क्या है. विल डिस्कस मोर अबाउट करेक्टर्स टुमारो. ओके, करेक्टर इज एनीथिंग दैट इज हैविंग अ सिंगल कोड. ठीक है, कुछ एक. सो सी व्हाट इज अ करेक्टर. एनीथिंग दैट यू सी ऑन द कीबोर्ड, एनी key that you see on the keyboard, any key on the keyboard is a character. Any key that you see on the keyboard is defined as a character. मतलब एक चीज is defined as a character, is defined as a character, as correct. कि एक पर्टिकुलर चीज जो भी आप कीबोर्ड पे देख पा रहे हैं, आई कुड सी ऑन द कीबोर्ड ए, राइट? आई कैन सी ऑन द कीपैड ए. So and they will come in single quotes. Important thing is that please guys, humble request, make notes. They will definitely come in single quotes, right? Each is like a single quotes. Okay, so this A is a character, right? I am having in single quotes this B is also character. I am having this 6 is also written, 6 is also a character. मेरे पास dot है, dot is also a character, right? तो जो बाकी चीजें हैं, देखो हमने numbers figure out कर लिए, ठीक है. हमने स्ट्रिंग्स क्या है, एनीथिंग दैट यू वांट टू राइट इन मैसेज. ठीक है, स्ट्रिंग्स क्या है, जो भी आप सेमी डबल कोलन में लिखना चाहते हो दैट इज अ स्ट्रिंग. ठीक है, जो भी आप डबल कोलन में लिखना चाहते हो दैट इज स्ट्रिंग. एंड दिस इज अ सैंपल, दिस इज अ सैंपल, दिस इज सैंपल. ठीक है, तो मैंने ये लिख दिया. ओके, करेक्ट. तो मैंने जब ये वैल्यूज लिख ली, ओके, दिस इज द वैल्यू दैट आई हैव रिटन. एंड या, ठीक है, yes. So तो string is a collection of characters. Okay, string is actually a collection of characters. हम इस पे कल ज्यादा dig deep करेंगे. Okay, but as of now string is actually a collection of characters. String is nothing but a collection of characters. कि जो भी characters हैं उनका जो collection है, combination of characters, whatever the collection of characters is there, that is what a definition of a string is, right? Set of characters is called a string. Almost correct. Yeah, set of characters. So primitive क्या है? Primitive नॉन प्रिमिटिव सिर्फ नाम है. इन आठ डेटा टाइप्स को प्रिमिटिव डेटा टाइप्स बोलते हैं. ठीक है, प्रिमिटिव मतलब होता है बेसिक डेटा टाइप्स, राइट? So these are the basic data types, and string is a non-primitive data type. This is also good interview question. Okay, honestly, if you ask me, I will try to discuss almost all the interview important questions right inside the class only. You just need to make sure that you note them. Okay, जो भी important interview questions होते हैं to help you get to the main batch, जिसमें we'll have more awesome teaching. So there are multiple instructors like me, and we try to teach the classes very, very well. Okay, we try to make sure the learning is almost awesome. Okay, I think you might have realized by now. Yeah. So जो भी, yes, the special characters also, right? If you could see star, dot, multiplication, जो भी आप special characters देखते हो, they are also a part of the characters, right? अगर आप asterisk देखते हो, ये भी एक character है. अगर आप ये semicolon देखते हो, right? This is also character. Just one single thing, right? एक character. एक anything that you see on the keyboard is one character, right? ठीक है. Yes, right? Okay. So that is a definition of a characters. इनके storage वोरेज कल देखेंगे, okay? But I'll just quickly, so this is summarize. You can have a screenshot of this. These notes are also provided in the notes section, okay, in the Discord group. Feel free to join the Discord group for any queries. I mean, helping each other and getting these notes and recordings. All these things are part of the Discord group. And on Discord group, we have some other fun activities also. So they're also there. It should be must that you join the Discord group. Okay. Yeah. Can you please explain the string? String क्या है? देखो मैं string है combination of characters. तो जब बहुत सारे characters आ गए तो string मतलब एक message है. तो मतलब जब जैसे मैंने कुछ लिखा, I'll just show you with the help of an example. Okay, just see this. So मैं यहाँ पर example देता हूँ. Okay, I'll just try to wind up each. I'll try to write each and every data type. Okay, see. तो see. तो मैंने integer a लिख दिया. Okay, and then I have written maybe float double, चाहे double लिख दिया. Okay, double b is equals to 10.567. Okay, तो मैंने double लिख लिया, integer लिख लिया. I could have also kept a long variable. Okay, and variables नाम है उनकी, बस variable नाम c equals to बस very long, some any long value रहता है. Okay, and apart from this long के अलावा चलो और देख लेते हैं. तो characters देख लेते हैं. Characters ch is equals to single quote, right? A. So this is a character. Anything that you put in single quotes, anything that is single quote, ज़्यादा महफूज नहीं, थोड़ा सा महफूज. Okay, not very महफूज, but yeah, little महफूज types. Okay. So short and double, okay, short and double or short and byte are also type of. They are also helping store the data. Okay, short and byte are both used to store the data types. Correct. Okay, short and byte are both used to store the data types. ये दोनों data types को store करते हैं. Correct. They're helping store the data types. Correct. Store the data types. जो भी data है मैं उसको store कर रहा हूँ. And बस just they are having a shorter range. ठीक है. मतलब इनके are having a large values. तो आप yeah, short both, yes, right. Float is also used for decimals. Okay, ये बस range के तरीके हैं. I'll just try to see. So they are used for larger values. If I try to partition them, okay, they are used for larger values. They are used for large values, relatively large values. Simple. Okay. They are used for decimals. They are used for decimals. Correct. And they are used for shorter data types. They are used for shorter data types. Correct. And they are used for, this is separate. ये अलग है 0-1 वाला केस है, boolean true false वाला. This is used for characters. Characters अलग है, integers अलग, थोड़ी different. They are different from each other a little bit. Arrays वैरेज के ऊपर मत जाओ. We can put ये सब चीजें ट्राई करो बालाजी, ये सब चीजें ट्राई करो. पूछने का सेंस नहीं है. What do you mean by primitive? Primitive बस इनका नाम है. Primitive is just the name. Okay. जो basic data types हैं, they are called primitive data types. And yeah. Okay, how to attend the assignment? That's a good question. Okay, that's assignment. Okay, byte and short was simple data types है guys. Byte and short सिर्फ type of data type. जैसे integer लिख दिया, वैसे मैं byte value लिख सकता हूँ. Byte short data type, short value equals to just value. ये बस उनकी range अलग है, right? It is only the range that is different, right? कि वो कम range के variables देखो, हम memory उतनी ही allocate करते हैं. We just want to allocate only that much memory. Which amount of memory we really want to use, right? जितनी memory मैं use करना चाहता हूँ, just उतनी ही memory I am trying to use, right? Primitive, just that's the name part. The 8 things are defined as a primitive. Okay, the 8 things are defined as a primitive, and rest other things are defined as a non-primitive part, right? Okay, मतलब just definition part है, उनमें कुछ ऐसा वो नहीं है. There is nothing fancy in that. Okay, see yes, no. See, try to understand, right? ये उसी ऑर्डर में है. I'll just quickly try to recap. देखो, ये बस रेंज है. सबसे पहले आते हैं बाइट. ठीक है, बाइट आती है 1 बाइट. बाइट का मतलब है जब मुझे बहुत कम इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर करनी है. दैट इज अराउंड 256 माइनस 256 से लिख के प्लस 256. बट मेरा जो डेटा वैल्यू दैट आई एम स्टोरिंग, वो दैट इज नॉट इन दिस रेंज, तो शॉर्ट में आ जाएंगे. ओके, शॉर्ट इज ऑफ 2 बाइट्स, तो दैट इज गिविंग अराउंड 32,000 माइनस 32,000 से लेके plus 32,000, right? 32,000. Then comes the integer part. Integer is a 4 bytes. मतलब depending on कितना बड़ा value है, मेरे को कितनी space reserve करनी है, right? इस information को store करने के लिए मुझे कितनी space reserve करनी है,
उस हिसाब से हम डेटा टाइप चूज करते हैं. टेक्निकली द मोस्ट फेमस डेटा टाइप दैट यू यूज इज इंटीजर ओनली. ओके, बट बाकी भी एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. ये बस डेटा टाइप से इंटीजर जैसे ही है, राइट. उनकी चिंता मत करो, राइट. राइट. ओके, 4 बाइट्स एंड इट इज अराउंड -10⁻9 से लेके 10⁻9 तक, राइट. -10⁻9 से लेके 10⁻9 तक. And then the next thing about we have is the long part. Long are at 8 bytes. Okay. यही बस गाइज, यही आपका थोड़ा टेस्टिंग टाइम होता है कि कौन इतना लंबा टाइम तक स्ट्रेच कर पाता है. ऑनेस्टली इफ यू आस्क मी. ओके, या राइट. It's always definitely, I understand that it's definitely difficult. Okay, I totally understand, I totally agree that yes, this is, but that is how we'll become warriors, right? I'm not sure if you have heard this term Spartans. Anybody has heard this term Spartans? What does this term means? Anybody has heard this? Anybody? Spartans क्या मतलब होता है? What do term Spartans means? No, yeah, what do term Spartans means? Yes, Spartans actually means warriors. Okay. Yes, so Spartans means warriors who always fight back. Okay, so I think we all are Spartans. We are warriors, and definitely I understand 3 hours at a stretch is very difficult. I totally understand that, and I always respect the people who have stayed towards the end. Okay, and I always try to stay appreciate the people. It's like always their appreciation that काफी लोग end तक stay करते हैं. It's a big thing. That's always big thing. But this will pay off. Okay, this will pay off. Okay, this thing will pay off definitely. This will pay off. And I mean, Spartans are actually a term that is used for warriors who always, even if they fall back, they try to set back and fight. Okay, towards the end. So they always try to go till the end part. Spartans. Okay. PDF बना लिया करो पहले, फिर बताया करो. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll just quickly go through the, so just I'll just quick that, and this is for 10 raised to power 18 से लेके 10 raised to power 18 तक. So this is the range from minus, and so ये integers के range है. जो भी numbers हैं, जो भी numbers मेरे पास हैं, उन numbers in ranges में आते हैं बस, right? And similarly, I am having float and double. Okay, float and double. So they are actually used to store decimal values, right? अगर मुझको 137 करना है, 287 करना है, ऐसे. So different data types are there, right? Different data types are actually there, and these different data types, and then I have this decimal values, right? अगर मुझे decimal value store करनी है, तो I am having this. ये बस उनके categories हैं, बस different types, ठीक है? Depending on कितना बड़ा integer है, what is the size of the integer that I am having? Depending on that, I think, yeah, right. Yes. Yes, true Spartans are still here. Yes, true. Right. Okay. Yes, and then we have the Boolean and then others, right? Boolean and characters are fine. Don't worry, okay, we'll discuss more on that. It's not like it's the last class, but yeah. I just wanted you guys to give you some idea. We'll discuss more on this character and string about tomorrow, okay? Yes, okay, I think I'll just write a message one. And strings are used for what? अगर आपको strings लिखने messages की form में. Strings, message, any variable you want to keep, message, and the variable semicolon, and you want to initialize any value. It was amazing. It was fun teaching you. Thank you for the session. Right, I think that winds up for the session today. Thank you so much. I hope the session was interesting and it was little meaningful. And yeah, please, it's a humble request. I always say that it's a consistency that will take you towards the end. Okay, yeah. Right, thank you so much. You can drop off if anybody is having any quick queries. Yeah, I'll just guide you how to go through the assignments part. Okay, I'll just guide you on that part. Okay, the notes are available in the Discord group. Okay, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow 9 o'clock, same timing, using the same Zoom link, and this is how you'll be attending the assignments. Okay, you'll be going in Acciojob, you will be logging in it. आप Acciojob में जाओगे, आप login करोगे. Okay, I'll show you. So I'll just go to the Acciojob website. Okay, in the Acciojob website, I just log in it. Okay. Yeah, others who are clear with the assignment part, how to submit the assignment and portal, they can feel free to drop off. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. And yeah, okay. Yes, that's the idea. And I think, yes, messages string variable. Yes. The notes are present in the Discord group, guys. I'm not sure how. Yes, start learning. Okay. This is how you click on the start learning. किसी भी assignment पे आप click करोगे. Okay. You click on any assignment. I'm not sure how to do this. Maybe assignment कहाँ से आती है? Assignment कहाँ से आती है, guys? Maybe this is the first time I'm doing this myself. Um, एक सेकंड So I'll just click on any assignment, जो भी assignment पे हूँ मैं. Right, okay. So maybe I want to try this problem. Actually, जो existing problem है उस पे जाने रहे क्या? Right. So on whatever problem you want to click, you can choose that problem. Okay. And it will try to take you to that problem. ठीक है. So this is the problem. ठीक है. By default जो लिखा हुआ है, just ignore that. Okay. By default whatever will be written. Okay. Again आपको सिर्फ यहाँ पर लिखना है. This will be by default code. This will be the by default code that you'll be having. Okay. You will need to write in between that, right? जो भी code हम लोग यहाँ पर लिख रहे हैं, you need to write in this between this. Okay. You need to write in between this code. This is the place where you'll be writing the code. This is where you'll be writing. It's simple. That's the place to write the code. The same code, write same way. Okay. You need to run that. I'll just show you with the help of a good example. Just give me a second. आपने स्टार पैटर्न प्रिंट करा. Okay, you have, this is a star pattern that you can try. Okay, this is a star pattern that you should try. And yeah, you should solve these problems. Okay, maybe you can solve these problems, right? So this assignment one, data types and variables. Okay, data types and variables is assignment that is sure it's having 3 problems. Make sure you solve these 3 problems. Okay, 3 problems are there in this assignment, data types and variables. Okay, so make sure that you solve these 3 problems. शायद ये वाली नहीं हो पाएगी. Just solve these 2 problems as of now, and this 2 problems. Okay, not 3, just 2 problems. Yeah, so you can solve these 2 problems by tomorrow. Okay, just make sure that you are familiar with the coding part, you're familiar with the interface. See, so this is the line of code. Okay, this is the first line of code, correct? Okay, same जो हम लोग Java उस पे कर रहे हैं, that is this is almost same, थोड़ा सा different है. Okay, तो सी, तो जो आपका कोड लिखना है आपने यहाँ पर लिखना है. This is the code that you'll be writing. It's simple. Okay, this is the code you have to write. Okay, simple. Okay. Now I need to print a right angle triangle. So whatever the print statements I need to do, I'm printing that. Okay, just print statement use करना है. System.out.println. Okay, I'll be just simply done system.out.println. Okay, this is the system.out.println that I am having, correct? And in the system.out.println, this is how I, in case I want to test it, तो यहाँ पर मैं टेस्ट केस डाल सकता हूँ. अभी इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. ओके, टेक्निकली अभी इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. बट अगर आपको कोड आपका चला के देखना है, राइट, in case you want to try your code, okay, you can try this. You can submit run code, right? आप अपने कोड को रन कर सकते हो. Okay, this is the output. तो output आ गया. Okay, this is the output that you're having. Okay, and this is how you'll be submitting it. So you need to submit your code also. Okay, before after running it. Okay, and yeah. So yeah, so it is showing you the status. Okay, the status is showing you pass. तो यहाँ पर आएगा whether the status is passed or not, right? तो यहाँ पर आएगा pass.
The past matlab correct, good. Right, this means good. Okay. Status is past, that means good. Yes, you can drop off guys. Thank you so much. टेस्ट केसेस होते हैं, टेस्ट केसेस कल देख लेंगे टेस्ट केसेस क्या होते हैं. टेस्ट केसेस सिंपल पीसेस ऑफ कोड दैट जिसपे आपका कंपाइलर चेक करेगा. ठीक है. कंपाइलर इज हैविंग अ सेट ऑफ इनपुट आउटपुट केसेस जिसपे आपको चेक करेगा एंड दैट्स फाइन. टेस्ट केसेस हम लोग डिस्कस करते हैं कल. टुमारो विल डिस्कस अ प्रॉब्लम जिसमें हम टेस्ट केसेस डिस्कस कर सकें, बट आई थिंक टुडे वी हैव नॉट डिस्कस दैट. बट यस, I think that's all from my side, guys. Thank you so much for joining. It was lovely interacting with all of you guys. And yeah, you can assignment. You are having a lot of interested. You can have a lot of chances giving an assignments. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. Good night. Thank you. Bye. This is core Java. Yes. Thank you. Bye. Good night. Thank you. Discord group link. Okay. The recordings will be present in the Discord group. Divya. Do we need to learn advanced Java? Yes, Sachin, you will be taught advanced GSA. Okay. It will take around 2 to 3 months type completing Java types. Okay. I'm not sure, Abhilash. I'm not sure of that. So this is the recording section. Okay. In case somebody is not clear. This the Acciojob main batch. See, so this is a recording section where you can get from the recording. Okay. Right. These are the recording section. Okay. And in case somebody is not having the link, this is the link part. One second. How to see like this coming on the question list. Just 1 second, Nishkar. Just 1 second. Neri Krishnan, just give me a second. Answering your question. Just okay. I'm not sure how to invite members. Yes, Sandesh. Yes. Answer is yes. And Nishkrishn, answer to your is how to see reply for my messages. I think you will not get personal replies. You can have discussions there, right? There you will see that replies. People are discussing things. Yes, you can have a discussion there. As in, you can see your replies, right? Aisa kuch. See what is the error. Please help me out. Right? People might have seen to written to your code. Aisa kuch. Try करके देखो. Try experimenting things. Right? That is only how you the best way you will learn. Assignments, yes. Assignments should be submitted day to day. Yes, it's good. Yes. Actually, Karthik, I mean only in the pre-course, it's not possible for us to talk directly with 500 people at a time. So in the main batch, it's not like that. Okay, in the main batch, you can interact, you can directly talk with the mentors. In the main batch, the batch size is smaller, so that helps both sides. Okay. Sign, for example, one second. Does all you guys, that really depends on how many people clear the coding test, right? How many people clear the coding test. So, जितने लोग coding test करते हैं, तो we divide batches. In case the students are more, then I think the batches are split more. Okay, so that is something very variable. Honestly, that is something I don't know much about. Okay. We'll discuss that. We'll discuss that, Chevang. We'll discuss that tomorrow. We'll discuss the process of interviews, everything, right? Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Good night. Keep studying. Focus. Thank you. Bye. हाँ क्या हो गया हमको? Yes, yes. पूछो क्या हो गया? Quickly. Yes, Omkar. Ask me. Allow me. Yeah, the mic access, I cannot give the mic access. You have to use chat section. I don't have the mic access giving option. The PDFs will be available in the Discord section. Yes, Omkar, you want to ask something quickly? Please ask quickly. You can use the chat section only. You cannot unmute. Not having the option. Put up your question in the question. Notes chat Discord group. Om Kumar, Biswajit, Discord group. We'll share you more questions on that. Harsh, don't worry. We'll discuss on that, Bharat. I mean, yeah. Okay. Software engineers, yes. Yes, Salome. Maybe by tomorrow you can submit the assignment. All right. Thank you. Good night. Bye.